Hey, what's happening, good people? It's your man, Pastor the Game Changer Jackson here. Appreciate y'all tuning in one more time. Hang out with your boy. And of course, my great friends that come along, have some great conversations for y'all to have. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Get into these comments for your opportunity to be able to win some free comedy show tickets. That's right, some free comedy show tickets that is going down. Yes, in June the 13th, it is happening. The Comedy Get Down by CMAC Productions. Go ahead and come check it out, man. It's going to be a good show. Got a phenomenal lineup for you guys to be able to participate in and get your laugh on. If you want to laugh, you want to kick back, relax, chill, this is an opportunity for you to be able to bring out your loved one, bring out your little boo thing, you know what I mean? Come chill, and then also bring out your friends, your crew, however you want to do it. You know, they got sections and all of that you can go ahead and hang out with. Man, it's going to be a good time. So make sure you tap in and get your tickets, man, to get to this show. It's going to be phenomenal. Also, this Saturday, I will be the keynote speaker for the CSUB Black Grad graduation. Definitely excited about that. It's going to be phenomenal, man. Going to have a good time, ready to bring something, inspire that next generation of great young people that are entering into their fields to be able to do something great and phenomenal. I'm so excited to be able to speak life into the next generation that is going to make some changes, man, be game changers out here to make a difference in our world. So I am super duper excited about that. So if you want to come out to CSUB, that's this Saturday, 9 a.m. If you want to come and celebrate with them as well and show them some love, make sure you come on out and show them that love that, of course, they're going to need from you. It's not always easy. It's not always easy. It's not always easy trying to go into the field. So we got some great conversations for y'all today, man. Listen, we got some funny topics. Of course, we got some relationship topics. And we're going to dive in on some things. So I know next week or this Sunday got some a little bit more serious topic that we're going to cover. But today we're going to keep it light, funny, friendly. And also, guess what? We want you to make sure you're getting in these comments. So, man, make sure y'all get on up in there, man. We need y'all to get on in there. Don't be shy. Do not be shy getting on in those comments, man. Say hello, tell me where y'all from as you guys are tapping into this. And of course, you have that opportunity to win some tickets to the show. So we're gonna have a good show for y'all, man. Y'all stay locked, y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hey, what's happening, good people? Appreciate y'all tuning in once again. We're about to have a fantastic conversation, man. Listen, we're going to dive right into this thing. But first, I want y'all to introduce yourself. Go ahead, T. Den. Jen.
Hey, everybody. It's your favorite Chi-Town Cutie. Giving it to you straight, no chaser. Let's go.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It is Persevering Jen. Tap in with me at Persevering Jen. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's get it, man. Listen, this is going to be a good show. It's going to be a good conversation. We're going to have some good topics that we're going to talk about on tonight, man. We're going to dive right in, okay? and I know it's a favorite that most men go through this, and they're gonna kind of bring it in a comical way and showing exactly why can't women answer a simple question? Why can't y'all answer a simple question? Now we're gonna listen to this, and we're gonna come back and tap it in. Let's go. Hold on. I think the volume is down. Let me get the volume straight. Here we go. Here we go. Now we queued up. Let's go.
Hungry?
Yeah, I can eat.
Okay. Let's get something to eat.
What do you want to eat?
I can eat anything. You know I am. I'm easy going.
All right, we're about to pass a Chick-fil-A right here.
No, I don't want no chicken.
Okay, there's a Chipotle up there.
I don't want no Mexican. You okay?
Yeah, I'm cool. Pizza. There we go, pizza.
Tell me what you want.
I don't know.
Just tell me what you want.
I don't know.
Tell me what you want.
I don't know.
What you want to eat. Tell me what you want.
Tell him what you want to eat. Don't say it don't matter, please. Let him know if this right here is something you can have for me.
Hey mama, I'm about to stop here at Popeyes. I can get you a leg wing biscuit and french fries. We stopped at 12 spots and all of them were nada. If you don't pick a spot, you're gonna get nothing but some water. How about Olive Garden for some pasta? What about them biscuits over there, Red Lobster? Mexican sound good, we can grab a carne asada, el pollo tostada, or split an enchilada.
Tell him what you want to eat. Don't say it don't matter, please. Let him know if this right here is something you can have for me. Tell him what you want to eat. Don't say it don't matter, please. Let him know if this right here is something you can have for me.
He got the whole May swag.
Yeah, but
They had the whole swag going.
Yes.
The entire swag they was hitting it.
They took me back for sure.
Yeah.
They took us on back just a little bit.
Yes, for sure.
Man.
So I guess that's the question that's on the table, ladies, which is why y'all just can't answer a simple question?
I don't know.
It's like it's the woman's kryptonite.
Yeah.
When a man say, "What do you want
Yeah.
to eat?"
Yeah, I don't know. I've been running away from that question since the 90s. I have not.
Me
I want to
too.
apologize to my husband. That is me.
What?
So you know what I started? Hey. You know what I started doing? I started saying, whatever you want, just buy two of whatever you like, and I'll take the meat off because I'm vegetarian. So I really cannot decide. And it's only when he asks. If I'm out with anybody, me and Jen just went out. It was easy. We said we want to get coffee.
Y'all just freeze up, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. It's with the men. I don't know. We came up with our little spot quick.
Real fast. Yes. It didn't take all day. It was just a matter of minutes. Like we chose and it was there. Like you
That
even
was
hit
it.
me up and was like, okay, I'm gonna order your coffee for you. I'm like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? She got me.
Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't have to
Decisions were
even pick and
made.
choose. It was easy. But
Yeah.
it's like when we're given the opportunity to have, a meal, and I think that we're not paying for it, it's like our mind kind of like expands because it's like, okay, he's asking us what we're eating, he's paying for it. So no, I'm not gonna choose this. No, I'm not gonna choose that. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
a whole variety of things that pop up in our head at that moment. So it's hard to
Yeah.
choose. It
Mm.
is.
It's hard to
It's
choose in
hard.
that moment.
It is. It's hard to choose.
You
But
get a bunch of brain fog. I don't.
I don't know. It's
It's
just
so
true. You
easy
don't
when
want.
y'all together, but when y'all with your man, then all of a sudden it's just you just freeze up. Everything just goes.
right.
Right.
We go blank. Like
Y'all
Yeah.
just blank.
We go.
we just
blank.
go blank. Like it's crazy. It is crazy. Because it's like, okay, he can say, I'm gonna eat this, and then in our mind, it's like, but I don't want that.
I
Mm.
know.
But I
But do
don't-
you
but I
eat
don't-
it? Do you eat it anyway? Have you ever eaten something you didn't want anyway?
Anyway, just yeah. Yeah, just to be
Yeah.
easy going and say, okay, I'm gonna have this
Right.
anyway, you know. And the next time I'll get what I want. You know what I'm saying? Just to
Yeah.
minimize any kind of,
Conflict or something.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be easy
Oh.
going right now, you know. But in the back of my mind, I'm eating like I don't want this, like I don't even want this. But I'm gonna eat it like the kids. But if you don't, my mom used to say, if you don't eat it, you gonna wear it. I'm like, I'm about to eat this. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to wear nothing. Look, I'm to eat this. So
Right.
Is that
Yeah.
what happens?
yeah, no,
That's
not
what's going on.
necessarily.
Not all the time.
Not all the
Not all
time.
the
Yeah, not
time.
all the time. Not
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
I've compromised though. I've compromised. I
Yeah.
have more than once though. More than once, and not all the time. It was like I didn't want it, but 9 times out of 10, it was that one time that I was like, I don't want this. You know what I'm saying? I don't want this. But any other time, it's like that. Like you said, that's the question of all questions. What do you want to eat?
What do you
Right.
want to eat?
What do you
Right.
want to eat, girl? Like, and it's always a back and forth thing. I don't
Yeah.
want this because they got this. I don't want this because I don't want this because they got this. Like, I don't
You
know
know
what
what's
it is.
funny? When
What's
he's
funny?
not around, I know exactly what I want to eat. I know if I want to go and cook something. I know if I have a taste for a burger. But when he asks that question, it's just like, I don't know. What do you want to eat?
Oh man,
You know, I
Mhm.
don't know.
it just happens like that. Is
I
that
turned
I done had
into
some
I'm into
difficult.
America.
is that
I know some
the same
difficult
situation with y'all
people
friends and
too.
stuff too?
No, we can decide what we want to eat. It's just
No,
with
no.
the
I'm saying with like your friends with their men. Like is your friend
Oh.
like your girlfriend's man, like when they're with their men, did they say that they're that same way as well?
I'm not sure. We've never talked about that, but I think it is. I
So it's
believe it's
almost a
a
universal
You
thing.
freezing up? Is it?
yeah. I think it's a woman thing.
You think it's a woman thing?
Hmm. I do.
Ah.
I don't know what it is, but yes, what do you want to eat? It's like ask anything else. Don't ask what I want to eat. I don't know. I don't have an answer for
What
it.
is going
You ain't
on
got
here?
no answer.
Oh, Jen is freezing up.
Yeah, Jen freezing up. You might have to go out and come back in, Jen.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you think, Patrick? What do you think about that? Have you had this situation happen before?
Oh yeah, that's a regular basis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a regular basis. It's always like, no, I don't really have a taste for nothing.
Right.
Then you go and pick a spot. There's like, well, ain't really nothing on there that I eat. So it's like,
Oh, that's me. That's me all the time. I'm like, well, do they have French fries? I don't know. I don't eat meat.
so that's like a regular thing for me.
Crazy and deranged. Hey, wait a minute.
Said it best.
What about I'm not that hungry. I'm all right. I'm not that hungry. And then when you buy your food,
They want to eat your food.
Yeah. I don't know why we do that either. We do.
I don't know. I think y'all just be wanting.
Do you like to share your food?
Do I like to share my food?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't like to share my food with my kids, but with my woman I do.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Cause they want to eat it all. I got too many, so they want to eat everything. Y'all, you get you whatever. No, you can't try nothing I got. Okay, you should have had whatever. But I enjoy when she wants some of my stuff. So yeah, I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I kind of expect it, to a degree. I think it's fun and cute in a way, because it's like, oh, let me get some of yours, or it's something that you probably wouldn't try or something that you normally don't eat. So it's like, oh, let me try some of that because I normally don't eat that. So
yeah.
I think it tastes better coming off of a man's plate than my own. Like, I don't know why.
Me too.
Like, it's gonna taste better if I get it from his plate. Like, it's gonna taste better. I don't know why. It's just seasoned right. I don't know what it is. Like,
I don't know. And sharing food is so loving. It's just something about it that's so intimate.
Right.
Because it's like you could have shared that biscuit with anybody else. You gave it to me.
Right.
It's so nice. I don't know. It's just something about it makes you feel all girly and cute. You know, it's like you're having a crush, and then they come over and say, "Hey, you want half of this cookie?" Of course I do. I'd love to have half of your cookie. You know,
right. Yeah, it tastes better. I don't know why. Like they be hooking y'all plate up or something. I don't know what it is, but yeah.
right.
Like I'll tell, like, it's crazy. Like I can make something simple, just a sandwich, right? And it seemed like it just tastes so much better when she make it. It's like 10 times. I could put the same stuff, I could make it the same way, but it just seemed like when she make it, it just is oozing with some type of extra-ness on it. You know, so I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about the love that's saturated inside of the bread that goes into the dressing, you know, that be hitting the tomato just right. I don't know what it is. That love that just hit it, boy, when you bite into it. Woo!
See, now I want a sandwich. I want a sandwich now.
Yeah, I'm like bro man from the 5th floor. I need a sandwich or something.
I need a sandwich.
Yeah. It's totally different, man. It's totally different.
That's true.
Yeah.
Totally different.
Yeah,
but
they
another
say when
move.
it's
Say that again.
No, I said they say when it's made with love, it tastes the best. So yeah.
That is a great point. That is a great point. When it's made with love.
It's the best.
Something about that love.
That's poured into it, yeah.
It just poured into it. It just hit different. It hit different.
Oh yeah.
And see, everybody ain't got love, so they can't even make it right.
No.
Yep.
Everybody ain't got love inside of them, so they can't make it the way they should make it.
It's not gonna taste the same. It's gonna hit different every time. The love, it's gonna hit different with that love every time.
Yep.
Every time.
You be tasting it like, what kind of sandwich is this? It's not no regular sandwich. This is different.
That's like when Big Mama used to be in the kitchen cooking. You know, she put that elbow grease into that food.
Right.
You know, Big Mama be stirring some stuff up, and you like, Big Mama, why it tastes so good? She like, cause it's made with love, baby. It's made with love. Yeah.
Now, talking about Big Mama, Granddaddy did, you know, they had a whole proposal that transpired, and we're gonna check out this proposal that took place. And Granddaddy was cutting up doing this proposal. Granddaddy was cutting up, and we want y'all to check this out and want to know y'all thoughts on it. Here we go.
Hey, what you think?
Will you marry me? Oh! 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 Oh, my Jesus! Oh! This nigga on one knee, too! Oh! She ain't saying nothing. Oh
my goodness.
No. Oh please.
Oh my God.
It don't call for all of that.
He got his nerve.
Did you say yes?
I did.
No, you
He got his nerve.
Ain't nobody heard it.
I'm take it to the side, but that's it.
Oh my God.
I'll take it to get it side. He said don't do it.
But she is some more.
Because I mean, look at the outfit, right?
Oh man, that is too funny.
Okay, so tell me how
that is too.
This
funny,
works.
Man.
Oh, Granddad.
He was excited.
Granddaddy was excited.
I I don't know if he was excited, but it was so much like, why is he doing all this? Because I heard him say it don't take that much, but he got his nerve.
Yeah, he had his nerve.
He got his nerve because he was the star of everything right now. Like he literally was cutting up for sure. To be honest, I thought something was wrong with him at first when he was like, "Oh," I was like, "Wait a minute, somebody better check on their granddad because something
He's having a heart attack."
Yes,
it was rather orgasmic.
No, for
y'all
real.
thought he's having a heart attack?
Because the way you scream, I'm like, something ain't wrong with this man. Something is going on. Then I seen the whole, proposal between. I'm like, oh, that's what it is. This is what he cutting up about. And I don't think he's seen anything like that in so long. You know what I'm saying?
I was just about to say that.
That's probably what sparked the interest of him being so, loud and just out there because he hasn't seen that in so long. So that probably geared his heart. You know what I'm saying? It made his heart feel some type of way. So I really liked his expression. I do. I like this expression because you don't find that no more in these days. People that's really genuinely happy for you.
That's right. Yeah.
And he's lived generations. So I'm sure he's seen some proposals in his time. So to see that, that had to been his daughter, right? Or had to been. I don't know.
I don't think that. Did they say? I don't know.
Yeah.
She was kind of older,
or
though.
granddaughter, one of the two.
Granddaughter, or I don't know if he was related to the guy or the woman. One of them. Yeah.
Yeah. He said this ninja and got on one knee.
Got on one knee.
Right. That's what I said.
He didn't get on one knee. He did it right. He did it right.
He did it right in front of this man.
Nah,
was he in a home?
He was. Yeah, it looked like he was like in the nursing facility, and they wanted to be with them for him. Yeah, that would kind of look like. But that part, he wouldn't let go. She didn't answer. He like, she ain't answered though. She ain't answered.
Right.
Yeah. She said, yes, I did. No, you didn't.
He said, ain't nobody heard you.
Ain't nobody heard you then if you did.
He was wanting that answer. He was wanting to, hey now. Yeah, he got in me. He want to hear a yes.
He was on one. That was sweet.
Yeah, he was tripping about him getting on that one knee because he can't get down on one knee no more. So he like, yeah, he on one knee. I can't even get down on one knee.
Don't do granddad like that.
I can't even get on one knee. And he on one knee? Yo, not him being jealous because he can't get on one knee. Dang.
Oh, he didn't.
Gonna shoot that man down like that. He was mad.
He was remembering when he could get on one knee.
Yeah, look, see? He was remembering when he could be on one knee.
His old love.
That's why he was screaming.
That's why he was screaming.
That's why he was screaming. I remember. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he remembered them days, boy.
Yeah, I thought he wanted to answer. Maybe he didn't get an answer. Yeah. And he did his. He was like, no, they be playing tricks on you. They get the ring and come back and be like, they ain't never answer. I ain't never say yes.
I ain't say yes.
Yeah.
Wow. That was good. That was funny. That was a good one.
Yes.
Said he agrees with Jan. Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy though. I really enjoyed that. I did.
That was nice to see him highlight granddaddy.
Yeah,
for them to highlight granddaddy like that, that. And for them, it seemed like it was like they were giving him, making sure he was involved.
Exactly.
And, in that whole process, which was really cool. Outside all the jokes and stuff, like it's really cool to see them involved. Them in that.
Oh. You know that Sanford and Son. Oh, I'm coming. When Sanford and Son like this, I'm
like
coming home. That was.
I thought it was a heart attack.
Oh yeah, he had that Sanford and Son moment right there. Mm-hmm. That was a Sanford and Son moment. Like you said, Pat, I think they was trying to allow him to be involved. You know what I'm saying? Because they took that to the home that he was at. They could have did it anywhere. He could have made a special anywhere, but he decided to involve him so he could be able to see that. So he has something that he can hold on to. That was something. That was a special moment that he could actually hold on to.
A real special moment.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I
beautiful.
think that was a real special moment, which is you don't really get that these days. You know what I mean? People taking that into consideration. So it for
Yeah.
them, you know, you could tell what type of what he meant to them.
Mm-hmm.
Or the granddaughter or that was his
Yep.
grandson, one of the two. Like that relationship is
Mhm.
obviously one that's pretty strong. So you know, it's nice to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up next, it's gonna be a hot one.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
That's all I got to say.
Open the closet door.
Open the closet
I don't got
door.
no response. My response is just gonna be
Now, women attracted to men that paint their nails. Is the question. Now, before we go into this 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 question, now this was a video. Dwayne Wade. Those of you that don't know, you've been living on the rock. You don't watch the NBA. He is the NBA basketball star, in the former NBA basketball star that has kind of been on the titter tatter situations with all of this type of controversial type stuff. And so he has a son that is now a daughter that transformed in some type of way. That is now, which was headlined for many years and all that type of stuff, which has put question on his position and his maleness and all that type of stuff. So with him being married to Gabrielle Union and showcasing himself in a few different ways. Now, in this video, he has his nails painted, and we're gonna just check it out, and we're gonna see the perspective of what that means and what that looks like in 2025 and us moving forward. Let's go. Now, hold on. I want you to hear a little bit of what really just showing you the video of what he's showing you, but the nail part.
But no, you look great. You got this phone on? Can I see it? Can I see it? That's it. Look at her. Look at her. Fire right here. What I'm talking about.
Oh my gosh.
This is Prada. This is Prada. This is a combination of Jason Bolden, who's I don't even want to call him a stylist, but he's so much more than that. And myself just getting together talking about, I'm from Chicago. Okay, what did you see growing up? You know, what did you want to be growing up? I want to be my uncle. I want to be my dad. This is how they dress. Okay, and so we just took inspiration from people in my life. Then we took inspiration from the GOATs, Virgil, Andre Talley, Duke Ellington, like people who have done this at that level. And so we just took a lot of inspiration.
Can we see your nails?
Oh, yeah.
Talk about the nail info.
It's all up. Well, it's detail. I'm all about details from top to bottom. But I'm wearing mint green under here, so I want a little sage green here.
All right, we're gonna pause it right there. Bam. Now y'all can see. And we're gonna zoom in just a little bit. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what is the perspective of women in 2025 about men painting their nails like this? Is this something that is an attractive piece? Is this something, the new trend that women have now come out to say that this is something that attracts them to a heterosexual male?
Oh, I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words. Because who? Definitely not me. If you ain't around here looking like a manly man and your fingers ain't getting dirty and they ain't scuffed and roughed and busted and because this is highlighting a lot. I have so many flags going off in my head right now. Just looking at the nails gives me so many flags going off in my head because not only do you have a son, daughter, however you want to put that, but now I'm seeing you with your nails painted. It's a lot to be discussed. It's a whole lot to be like, I'm just at an awe right now because at the end of the day, it's showing that not only your son had those type of, things going on inside of him that you do. And that's the reason why you approved of him, because not only he's dealing with it, but you're battling some things too. Because at the end of the day, it's just not the outer appearance. That's something that's deep down within that it is showing on the outside because it starts from within first. So now it's manifesting on the outside. That's what's going on. That's manifesting. I see things, like I can see you and how you moving and how you. So now all eyes going to be not just on your nails from here on out. All eyes is going to be on how you move, how you present yourself. And now it's going to be coming out that, you know, you a shim. You're going to be one of them Transformers too in a minute. So
wait, a shim? What was it called?
She and him. Shim.
Oh, okay.
A shim. Okay. I call him a shim because I mean, right now it's just. I mean, it could be a form of expression. All you can say, anybody say that it's a form of expression. But for our people, for our Black men, we've never had this form of expression. Now I can go back to Dennis Rodman. Everybody can say, okay, well, Dennis Rodman came out with this form of expression because, you know, he was the one that highlighted this back, you know, when I was growing up in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Everybody seen Dennis Rodman with his nails painted and they came at him sideways. But what was he was a ball player. He was a ball player. But at the end of the day, we never seen his lifestyle outside of being a ball player. He was a manly man. So I can attest to him being that type of man and this is how I, you know, I can look forward to that in him.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts, T?
He looks like that type of person that he can carry that out. But in this generation, with everybody so open,
she's frozen and still cooking. She don't like it.
Come back, Jen.
You know, I just want to say that I too am wearing sage green and mint green today. My Chicago brother is speaking on it. Yes, we like to dress. We like to dress up in Chicago. That is true. We have watched our fathers and grandfathers. They get clean, sharp, clean as a board of health. I don't want to see. I appreciate his freedom of expression, but I do not want to go to the nail shop and I'm getting a French tip and my man is getting a French tip as well. I love a manicure on a man, but I want it to be clear polish. That's my take on that. I know there's been rumors about him and being bisexual. I'm not sure that I've seen receipts on that, but he does. I do agree with Jen. When Dennis Rodman did it, we called him like creative. Like he was just out the box. You know, he dated Madonna. It was almost like he was sexy in a strange kind of way. But this not sexy to me. Like nothing about what he's doing is sexy. And I don't know why. I can't explain it. I have to agree with Jen.
I don't know what world y'all was living in when Dennis Rodman was even doing that. That was not cool to men during that time either. There was nothing cool about that for heterosexual men with him putting on dresses and marrying himself and acting all like that. That was never a. But if y'all saying that is sexy to y'all back then, then maybe the women today, this is their confused state of thinking that that's sexy. Because if y'all thought Dennis Rodman was,
now we didn't think he was sexy, but it was something about him. It was animalistic. It's like it brings out a woman's. I can't describe it, but it was like the reason Madonna dated him. You kind of understood. You understood.
So today people will say that this is the reason why Gabrielle Union is with Dwayne Wade.
No, I think
you're criticizing him for is the same thing you praise that you're praising Dennis Rodman for.
I'm not praising Dennis Rodman.
For men like me, neither one of these is okay. None of this stuff. Prince is not okay. All these guys.
Wait a minute.
That were metrosexuals and stuff like that. Because like what Jen described was a manly man, right? This is what we grew up on. And if you ain't on that side, then it's not okay. It's not a line that you can be teetering on. If you teetering on the line, you're on the other side. You know what I mean? Like any of those actions from Prince to Rodman to painting the nail like Dwayne Wade, all of those is in the same box. There is not another category for these guys in our eyes. The guys that think like me.
Mm-hmm.
But if y'all want to put them in different boxes, you are opening up the door for other women to say the same exact thing that you're saying about one perspective.
Well, I think Gabrielle Union, I hate to say this because I love her. I will say it's been said that she was a beard for him and that she knew he was sort of bisexual or now this is just rumors, but it was said that she knew that he was like this. Prince, on the other hand, is where I was saying this whole sexy thing. It's something about it. It brings out like, I don't know, your sexual hunger. I don't know. I cannot describe what Prince does to women.
I could never get into Prince. I just can't get into none of them. I mean, Dennis Rodman, that was his thing. That's something that that was his signature thing. I didn't approve of it. That was just what he was good at. That was what he was good at. And if a man, you know what I'm saying, can show that type of lifestyle and how he moved, I feel like it's something deeper than that. It's like I said, it's more deeper than just the way you present yourself on your outer appearance. You know, it's something in the inside that's, like I said, that's manifesting on the outside. So Dwayne Wade, he battling some right now, and eventually it's gonna come out. Just wait on it. This is just the tip of the iceberg that he's trying to show people first. It's like, I'm gonna feed you little breadcrumbs first before I feed you the whole bread. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be able to eat on what I'm about to present to you first. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to just give you a little bit here. So when I do come with it, you will know already that from what I showed you previously, that this is what I was about. This is what I'm into. And next thing you know, it's going to be a trailblazer of guys that's like him, that's going to be doing the exact same thing. The exact same thing.
It is. And
No,
it's called bitch assness. It's a lot of guys who are.
Hold on, Tony said this. He said, "That's what's wrong with our community. We don't need heroes to speak for us." Great point. A lot of times they put these guys on pedestals, right? So it's like they are a iconic figure that kind of shows what kind of speak for try to speak for an entire community in some regards. But that's not just not the facts. And it goes back to what you were just saying, that if we start to give into this just a little bit and create a space for it, then it just trickles out way too much, and it goes and it's not, it becomes a regular thing, and then all of a sudden that's why you start leaning on all this stuff, everything there's almost not a separation in the moment. Like, man clothes is women clothes is becoming man clothes. Like it's becoming a real issue that they're trying to push an agenda on us. That's why I say you can't have too much wiggle room, because the more wiggle room you create, what grandma used to say, you give them an inch, they take a mile.
They take a mile.
Give them an inch, they take a mile. As soon as you start saying, "Oh, it's okay to do that," "Oh, it's okay to do that," then what is it to be a man then? Jesus.
I don't know, Patrick. Patrick, what is it to be a man? What is it? Since you drew a line, so what is it to be on each side of the line that you drew?
Well, there's mannerisms. Like there's mannerisms when we're talking about in this perspective. You don't be painting your nails. You want. We were taught that you were supposed to be a little bit more rugged. The woman is supposed to be softer. The man is supposed to be a little bit more rugged. He don't paint his nails. He don't go and try to do all the stuff that women do, because that's supposed to be a woman's thing. Like, a woman's thing is this thing, and it's supposed to be a man's thing that he does over here. So being a lot more, of course, it goes into character, right? Your character, how you treat people and all that stuff. But the way that you carry yourself, the way that you walk, the way that you talk, the way that you move your hands, the way that you shake a hand is important. You can't be doing this right here. I slap your hand down. You can't hand me no man can't shake his hand like that to me. Like, you just can't. I'm sorry. You just can't come and bring your hand like that. I'm just old school. I ain't gonna shake your hand like that. I'm gonna feel offended. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna just be honest with you. You gotta shake my hand like a man. But having that type of stance in position shows you that your character and who you want and how you want to represent yourself. Because you can move how you want to move. You can create whatever mannerism that you want to create. If I wanted to act flamboyant, right? Just like how I move my hand like this, I know that if I want to be a little bit more flamboyant and I want people to know that I am, I'm going to do more flamboyant moves to show that this is this is who I want to represent, how I want to represent myself, right? Just like a woman, she could try to act all hard and do all this, yeah, what up, you know, all that, and try to shake your hand hard and do all of that. Her mannerism can try to make it look like she wants to be a stud, right? So it's not like we're not in control of how we move our bodies and how we operate. And I think sometimes we people try to create this perception like they don't. This is just how I am. This is just how I am. Nah, it ain't how you is. You determine how you want to act and how you want to be and how you want to present yourself. Like it's a learned behavior, how we want to showcase who we are. In my perspective.
Interesting.
In my perspective. Yeah.
I'm still on Prince not being a sex symbol. I don't know what's going on this panel, but we're not going to say Prince is not a sex symbol, regardless of what side he is
ain't
on.
for me. He ain't never
Regardless
been a sex
of what
symbol for me.
side he is on? You said regardless?
So Jen, who is a sex symbol to you? Which artist do you see as a, and do you listen to secular music? See, that's the thing. Now, let's tell the whole truth. You don't even really listen to. Okay, so when you used to, who did you regard as somebody who was like a sex symbol?
Okay, taking me back. I don't know. So back in my days, I was into like R&B. I was into like, okay, you know, the male group. I was into Boys to Men. I was into Silk. You know what I'm saying? Those male type groups. You know what I'm saying? Genuine, all type. You know. I mean, so if you want to go there, let's say Genuine. Okay, the way he moved his body and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can say that about Prince. You see what I'm saying?
I agree.
Oh, heck no. Heck no. Those are two
in terms of the movement.
No.
In terms, just a little.
Patrick, you stay out of this. Women are talking about Genuine right now.
No, but you give it a comparison about artists that you said that their movements were the same. Prince, those are two different. No.
Okay.
That means she couldn't have watched enough Prince to compare Genuine to Prince.
You're right. I ain't even gonna lie.
She's comparing.
I just couldn't wrap my head around Prince.
It's okay.
To me, Prince was just not it for me. I don't know why. Even today, I just be like, why y'all like Prince? Like, what was it about him? To me, he was more so like a lady.
Who you telling?
He was like a lady to me. So I was like, what do y'all see in this man? Like,
he's a legend. He's a legend. Now I see guys
that be. Oh no!
Musically, you know, of course, he's a fantastic musician.
Give me some man with some muscles and
But T, this is a question for you. I again, y'all, this stuff just ain't pop out of nowhere. This is the problem. That this is a breakdown of T's era accepting people like Prince. Okay, when you start to you give people an inch, they take a mile. All they do is up the ante as you continue to move on in life. So if Prince is something that we're determining to be a sex symbol, right? And we're putting him on this pedestal, and women are gawking after him, right? So what are these other men trying to probably be? They want the women to gawk after them, right? So now you're going to have a generation of people looking at this guy, thinking that he is a symbol that other men should emulate.
I don't agree that men
I need you to highlight
to be bisexual or trans. I don't think that they want to be trans so women can gawk after them or to act like Prince.
So Prince is a trans?
No, But if we're talking about, you're saying like the evolution of it, it goes to.
I'm saying even being like Prince, men walking around being like Prince.
There are some men that walk around being like Prince,
No,
but I don't think they call themselves heterosexual.
No,
right?
This is what I'm trying to get at, T.
Yeah.
If women that are heterosexual women are gawking after a man that you're saying has other tendencies, would we want to model Prince as a man that we would want to represent 100 men going out that we want 100 of our daughters and nieces and stuff to go and marry?
Now, Prince, I don't believe ever said that he slept with men.
I didn't say that he did. I'm saying
you said other tendencies. Okay. I just didn't want to confuse the other tendencies part. So if we're going to take it if we want to really take it deep, I want to start with the Black mothers who had to raise these sons alone because Black men weren't in the home.
Question. You ain't going to dodge the question.
Okay. We're not going to take it there. Oh, okay.
We can take it
and they were raised.
You got to
raised around women because there were no male influences.
You got to answer the question.
So these heterosexual Black men that you talk about, that's so manly, were making babies and not taking care of the babies that they took care of, and so these little babies turned into Prince. But here's the thing. Okay, here's what I was gonna say. We don't love Prince for his neckiness, the things that you say. He's a superstar. He's a celebrity.
You didn't answer the question, T.
It's a show. How do we know he's really?
You didn't answer the question.
Can you ask me the question again?
The question is, if you have 100 daughters, nieces, cousins that are going to marry 100 men, would you want those 100 men to have the mannerisms and the way that Prince acted?
Okay. 100 men, that's a lot. But what I will say, if they are good men and they are good to our daughters and they stay married, they're not cheating on them, abusing them in any kind of way, and they're a good man, then I can't get into those people's relationships. I will say go for it. If you found a man who may be tingering on the line of might want to paint his nails, but is great to you, and then there's a man who doesn't even get his nails done, abusing you, out here giving you STDs, sleeping around, I say go with the other guy. Go with who treats you well. But in this case, we're talking about superstars. We're talking about NFL players. We're talking about people with money. They have enough money to change who they are. I mean, like Eddie Murphy talked about that. He said he slept. Now I'm on here talking about people. He said that he had an opportunity to sleep with so many women. Remember, he got caught with that trance because he had opportunity. He slept with all the women, and he was like he wanted something different. Like, it's really hard to talk about.
I know I know you taking it to, you talking about celebrity status and people having money and trying all these different women. Yeah. We're saying that the regular Joe Splo, we're talking about development, right? And we're saying this is a young person. This is a young person that so a person. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a daughter, right? Yeah, I wouldn't accept it. You ain't gonna get to the point of knowing if he's a good guy or not.
So you're gonna judge him based on how he walks in and shakes your hand.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm judging you. I'm judging everything out the gate. I'm judging how you treating her. I'm judging how you presenting yourself as a young man. If you acting like you got sugar in your tank, you ain't the one.
Okay. So what if the one is abusing her, is not good to her?
We don't know that. But you're giving a hypothetical off of a guy.
Off of your hypothetical.
Right. I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying that he ain't the one either though. But you're saying that the only package that this guy could come in, it would be if he's feminine. And I'm saying that the feminine is off, the abusive is off. All these other elements is off, but you won't know those other things until you get down the line. You ain't gonna, if you are a person that's a gang member, you off. That don't mean you can be tough and rough. That don't mean nothing. Yeah. You're a gang member, you off. Like,
Okay.
Miss Beverly
like
is not playing.
they ain't got to. There's certain things. If you coming in the door presenting yourself a certain way, you off the list, out the gate.
Yeah.
So the
I
harder
don't know.
you
I was trying to answer the 100 men that act like that. I mean, because to be honest, I don't want to judge. There are some men who claim to be full heterosexual who may
I
have
don't care what you claim.
tendencies like that.
I don't care what
Who
you
might
claim.
be a little softer because they grew up around all women.
But they shouldn't
It's
have
a-
grew up around all women. You shouldn't
They
have grew
call
up
them
around all women.
metrosexual.
You shouldn't have grew up around all women.
They may not call
Right.
themselves metrosexual though.
That my thing is that's your fault. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
That's the man's fault. The
Yeah, that's
metrosexual
your fault. Go get help to get yourself together.
But why
If
do you
you
have to
realize-
be? Why does he have to be a certain way for your approval? In
Why?
that way, if he's a great guy, but he might
I don't know
shake
he's
your
a great
hand
guy.
like this,
I
or
don't know
have-
he's a great guy though.
but you won't find out
No,
because
I ain't gonna find out. I ain't gonna find out the gangster dude's a nice guy either. The gangster dude can be a nice guy, but I ain't gonna never find out.
you ain't never gonna
He
find
said
out.
he ain't finna mess around and find
ain't
out
gonna find
nothing. Ain't
No.
got time
You
and got to go.
You don't meet the criteria.
You know what
That's
they
it.
say: never say what you don't want because you don't get it.
No, that's
He
not
said
true.
he is not playing.
The Bible says, "Speak
Come on.
life." So I'm
Now,
gonna.
since you talk about the Bible, go and highlight what one of them comments says about it's the spiritual thing, because I've been
Hold on,
waiting
here
for
we
you
go.
to do that.
Y'all been
I
going in there.
agree. I agree with that. I agree
I think your
wholeheartedly.
boss said that, didn't
Yes, it's spiritual. That's what I was going to speak on. The whole thing is spiritual. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Everything. It's all spiritual.
Where it go? Yeah, there you go. The father said it's a
that's
spiritual,
definitely-
then no different than when he said, "Surely you won't die." It's deception of the truth to remove God's order. Come on now.
Yeah,
Come on.
I mean that's Hollywood. That's Hollywood right there.
I
No,
agree with that.
they ain't no Hollywood. You talking about this
You
is
know.
this is every day down the street around the
This
corner.
worldwide, T. This not just in
This
Hollywood.
is down the street around the
But we
corner.
were talking about because we were talking about Prince and celebrities. But yeah, it's true.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
a lot
yeah.
of deception
It's
out
just
there.
they're pushing an agenda. That's what they're doing. They're pushing that narrative. They're pushing that agenda. So
That's
the
right,
world
Beverly.
can
He
basically
said, "I don't care what you
accept-
claim, go get help." That's right. That's right.
right. Come on, Miss
Whatever
Beverly.
you got going on, go get it together. That's
Look,
right.
she said, "Don't bring no switching man to her house. She not playing."
Right. Don't get rid of all that. You're doing too much now.
Y'all,
I know that's right.
Y'all,
You got too
something
much going
else.
on. You got to get
She
that
not
together.
playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if more people really stuck to what everybody is saying here, there wouldn't be so much deception in the world because it's kind of flimsy. It's sort of like everybody is tough talking, but you're out there promoting deception. You're out there loving the deception. You're out there participating in the fuckery. But now we're saying, no, Prince is this way, this person's this way. Now I'm confused. I think that if everybody stood on those principles, we would definitely not even have to have this conversation because he would know not to wear. He would know that if he had that on, it's a mating call. It's like I'm out there. I'm out the closet.
They do know
it's
that.
confusing.
But no, we're confusing. See, I'm gonna help you out. It's people like you that's allowing the confusion. You trying to make it into something that is acceptable for you when we're saying that it's not acceptable. And so when the guy when that group of women, right, as Prince was coming along, y'all didn't reject him. You see what I'm saying? Y'all accepted him and said that he was a sex symbol. Now, if y'all would have put him in a box and said, well, he just, he flamboyant, he's a little weird over there, then that's different. We just like his music. But as soon as y'all said the stuff that you say, that you repeating that everybody say that Prince was a sex symbol. So if Prince is a sex symbol to y'all, because ain't no women in my generation, and Delphine can testify to this, we ain't got no women out there that's out there looking like a stud. We talking about she was the woman of our dream when we were younger. Ain't that woman we have growing up don't look like a woman that we're attracted to, that we would want to bring home to our mom.
Yeah, funny.
And guess what? Gabrielle Union used to be one of them until she started acting crazy back in the day. Like Stacey Dash, all them little chicks, black chicks back in the day, they was all beautiful chocolate, light-skinned women that we used to grow up liking. But guess what? Megan Good and all them, you know, there were beautiful women, Vivica Fox. You know, you had all these women that was coming up that we liked, and then none of them looked like they was a man or trying to have manly attributes. They didn't have manly attributes, and we said, you know what, that woman is a sex symbol for men. We didn't do that.
You're right.
But
I don't have nothing to say besides I think y'all just jealous because Prince was stealing y'all girls. I don't know. I know.
He wasn't like everybody. He ain't my era, so he wasn't stealing mine.
Prince was stealing y'all girls, stealing your women. That's all I gotta say. But I do agree with I agree that it is a spiritual attack that trickles down to us when we're watching it, when we accept those things, and then we begin to accept those things in our own community. So I do agree. Yeah.
Now, Mama Jackson said, lots of signs right here, right there in your face, and you choose to look the other way to make it okay. Also said, if he's shaking your hand like that, then he is not the one, and I am judging. That's right. I got it from my mama like that. Yeah, we judging. We judging out here. We judging out here in these streets. That's right.
This was a good combo.
Beverly said, we love him, but.
Oh, she talking about Prince?
Yeah.
There were some things that were unacceptable. The booty cheeks and the pants. You know, that was a little wild. That was a little wild.
Come on now.
He was advertising.
Come on now.
He was
expressing himself. That is how
by
he
advertising them cheeks. he was
expressing himself.
What? Yeah. I'm just not okay with Prince. He was not the one. He was advertising them cheeks.
Beverly now.
Yeah, Beverly from that era. They ain't gonna never let Prince go. You know what I'm saying?
No,
they ruined the whole generation.
Hey, listen, Beverly, I have a Prince poster. I wish I was in my other room. I got a Prince. I got the poster. I love Prince. I'm sorry, but I do agree. I do. I see your points, but yeah.
Wrong with my stuff.
Yeah.
Did it let me come back yet?
Oh,
no. Yeah, you back here. You back. But if guys are painting their nails and stuff like that, we cutting up. Like what is we trying to accomplish here? What is the goal?
Is that a lollipop? What is that he has? A smiley face?
Yeah, I think that's a chef. He said, I'm cooking.
No, he said, I'm cooking. He didn't put a name right there.
He ain't agreeing with you.
Yes, he is. Who you agreeing with?
He agreeing with me. He ain't agreeing with you.
Who's cooking?
I'm cooking.
D, who's cooking? You got to tell us. We all cooking.
Purple rain, purple rain.
And that's about the only Prince song I really know. Like, that's main.
Look, that's the only one.
Because they played it all the time. But I ain't really, they wasn't really played in my house like that.
I knew a girl named Nikki.
We played Barry White.
Yeah, the Delphonics and
he had all that playing, Woo! Ain't nothing but your little babe. He had that playing in the house.
Turn off the lights.
Turn them off.
Turn them off.
Girl, you know I love you.
Yes.
Come on.
No matter what you do.
Yes.
Yeah, they don't be making songs like that no more. They don't make them impossible songs no more. They don't make them songs where, you just say they were just saying stuff back in the day. Didn't make no sense. When they say, I give you the moon, the stars. Like you ain't giving nobody no moon, no stars, no nothing.
Making
They had good
empty
makeup
promises.
songs.
But it was sounding good. It
Right.
sounded good.
They had those songs you sent to your girl after an argument. Then you send her that song, and she like, you know what? It's all right.
It wasn't good unless they were standing in the rain. That's how you know it was gonna be good, because they were standing in the rain while they was making it. You know what I'm saying?
You a hot
Mm-hmm.
man. They gotta be standing in the rain.
He out there getting soft. Yeah.
Something gonna be hitting. Something gonna be hitting real quick. Let's see. Now they oh my God. Yeah, they got this other one. The other topic. I put my AMEX card. I'm gonna put you on my AMEX card.
Mm-hmm.
My guy.
We are not the same.
My guy.
One gentleman said, he said, we are not the same. He said, they not like us. Is what he trying to say. He said, they are not like us. That what this one guy said. I think, what is he, German? What is he?
Italian, I think.
He Italian? This Italian gentleman.
We believed we summed that up that he was Italian.
Y'all something? Oh yeah, he Italian, huh? He Italian guy. So he out here, got everybody. He probably got 50,000 inboxes from this. But we're gonna play this real quick for y'all. We're gonna let the let the ladies dive in on it so they can show y'all the tea of what's going on with this topic here. Let's see, where is that? Boop. There we go. Y'all ready? Let's go.
Snap. I'll add you to my Amex. We're not the same. Okay. One of us is sending you blurry mirror pics with toothpaste stains on it at 2 a.m. The other is sending you flight confirmation and a calendar invite. Okay. One of us is asking for a selfie. The other is asking for your middle name so that I can spell it right on the authorized user form. All right. He wants the link. I want to link your name to a Delta companion pass. All right. So his idea of a good time is FaceTiming you from his basement. Mine is watching you try every appetizer on the menu, like we're on a taste test reality TV show. Okay. You're over here entertaining Snap scores. Meanwhile, I'm thinking about elevating your credit score. Like, can I build a life with this woman type thinking? And it's not that I'm trying to impress you. I'm just trying to retire us early. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What?
He said he trying to retire us.
That's a lot of
early.
talk.
A lot of talk, ain't it?
That's a lot of talk. You know, I see why Black women are traveling to Italy so much now, and these girls trips.
Come on now.
That's where they going, T? They going.
That's
you know, they say that
you just saying that, or you just
they say the Italians love them some Black women, and Black women have been traveling abroad alone and with girl groups to try this thing out here.
I know that to be true. I know that to be true.
All I gotta say is, Black men, you got 30 seconds to respond. I'm
done. Did you say 30 seconds? 30 seconds. T, at least give them 24 hours. T, damn.
Y'all got 30 seconds to respond to this man.
Not 30 seconds.
And his promises.
30 seconds, T.
Not even 24 hours, T. Come on.
30 seconds.
30 seconds, T.
30 seconds.
Sheesh.
To respond to what? What did he say on there?
What y'all gonna do?
But that's already happening. See, that there's a difference between the two. So we talking about what stage, right? So if he gonna be stupid, go ahead and go over there. I encourage y'all to go get everything out of them that y'all can get. If they're gonna be stupid enough to put y'all on their AMEX card when they just meet you, if they're gonna be ready to buy you a house or a car when they just meet you, I'm gonna say go up and run the bag, ladies. Go run the bag. That's my response. Go run the bag. Go get it. If he gonna
run it up.
Do it.
Go run it up.
Go get it.
Wait, so do we think that he's tricking? Would this be considered tricking?
I think he clout
chasing. It ain't tricking if you got it. It ain't tricking if you got it.
I don't think it's something he's doing. I think he clout chasing.
You think it's for the internet?
Yeah, he's in it. Ain't no way if he a smart enough man, he ain't putting no woman that he's just meeting on no card. You see what I'm saying?
He said it ain't tricking if you got it though. That's what he's saying.
He said what?
He's saying it ain't tricking if you got it. He got it like that. So it ain't nothing to him. He said it ain't nothing to run a bag up. It ain't nothing to go out to your favorite restaurant and do it because he got it like that. That's what he's saying.
I'm not saying spending money. There's plenty of guys that spend money. He's saying that the conversation initially, right? So when you're saying that you already got it, it's very few guys that actually have it like that. Let's get that squared away, number one. So if it's 100,000 y'all ready to run over there to Italy, guess what? It ain't gonna be 100,000 of them over there for y'all to get. That's gonna put y'all on the AMEX card. So don't just think there's a whole bunch of dudes over there in Italy out there balling out. It's po Italy people over there just like there is over here, and that's what you're gonna be running into. It's just like over here. It's something that's over there that can run the bag up. But are you getting the ones that can run the bag up? So if you ain't running the bag up with the ones over here, guess what? You ain't gonna be running the bag up with the ones over there because they're gonna be getting the ones that are able to get the ones that can run the bags up over here. So we ain't even having that conversation. There's a select group of people that can access certain people, and that's a fact. That's a fact.
Well, you know, they say regular guys in Italy love them a black woman. That there are some black women that have moved there because of how they're treated. They're treated like queens. They are respected. They are loved. They have these guys are coming to them with the ring after 6 months of dating. I don't know. I'm just saying what I've seen and heard. All I got to say is, black men, you got 20 seconds to respond. Because this guy's on the internet.
I already told you. Now, I already told you. I didn't spoke for the black brothers, and I already told you. I told you, go get the bag. Go get it.
Go get it.
Get
a representative.
We'll be here waiting on you when you get back. We'll be here waiting on you when you get back. When you spend your coin and get over there.
When he send you back.
You go over there and come back in debt. That's what you gonna come. You gonna spend money on the flight. You gonna spend money on hotels trying to find somebody over there. By the time
did you say you knew people who had traveled abroad?
Yes.
What's their experiences with love?
What you just actually explained. A couple of women that I know that's related to my son's family because they have Italian in their blood, and they a lot of black women have went over there too, to be exact, that I know have went over there, they spent a night bag and everything, and was treated with royalty, with absolute royalty. You know what I'm saying? And yes, and one of them actually stayed, the other one came back. So yes, it's true. It's true. They love black women. They absolutely love black women, and they treat them with, you just can't even imagine how great that they are treated. Yeah, like they fall at their feet. They treat them like goddesses and queens. You know what I'm saying? So it is absolutely true. Now, granted, this was about over 20 years ago that I remember that this happened. You know what I'm saying? But now in these days, it's so much prevalent. It's now, you know what I'm saying? Even though that was 20 years ago, you could just imagine how it is now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people is actually, they hearing about this, and it's, to be honest, to hear it on the internet is like, okay, so a lot of women is catching on to this. You know what I'm saying? So and it's slim. It's slim for the men. It's very slim. It's not that many men like that though. It's not. So I mean, but over there, I mean, it's a lot of men over there. It is a lot of men over there. So I mean, because
it's a lot of men over there.
Many black men that's available, but it's a lot of Italian men with some big bread over there, you know. And I ain't just talking about bread.
I'm sorry, with some big what? With some big what?
Some big bread. See, some big French bread.
Okay.
Yeah, some
big French bread. French bread is good.
Yeah,
Miss Jackson, I think the women are doing their research. That's how they find out if the men truly got it.
Yeah.
They do the research.
No,
they don't look you up. They're gonna make sure that you got it before they travel all the way over there.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
French bread.
No, they're not. There's not
So you still
French
stuck on that
fries.
French bread, girl?
I
That
know.
French
I was
bread.
like,
That
Show me
French
what
bread.
they.
See, you gotta use your mind. That
Show me
French
the
bread.
man that
See?
they done found. Okay,
French bread.
what's the statistics? Who is actually then got wiped up by these Italian men that are supposedly got this bread? Where are these relationships and statistics and data that shows that these men are scooping up all these black women and saving them and giving them all of this love that they've been missing? Where's the data at? That because I can tell you
that.
Because I can tell you the same thing about the man that was going over there. You know, we talking about, and I will say the other thing is that women being more, and the man, I guess we were talking about men being softer and stuff over there. Cool. The same thing when they were talking about the passport bros. That was whole going to the Dominican Republic where the women are a lot more submissive and all that type of stuff. But a lot of times those guys, they were still going over there leading with the bag, right? So you still are getting but they getting set up too. Like I could come on here and say, oh, the DR dudes, you know, the passport boys is over there, they doing their thing. But statistically, they getting bamboozled, man. Them women is squabbling those guys, and you know, although you have a few of them that'll catch a couple of them because they want to get their green card and stuff over here, but a lot of times they get played. You know, they can go over there and have a good time if you're gonna do that, but a lot of them is getting scammed. You know, and they're acting like they submissive and they're acting like they doing all this type of stuff. But man, you know, you can get yourself set up on some stuff and don't know how to get up out of it with those women too. So it sounds good. Go on over there and get you some Italian man and do that thing.
I'll take the wheat bread. Yeah. Anybody want some wheat bread? I'll take wheat bread. Yeah, I like wheat bread.
He said you want some wheat bread.
Anybody want wheat bread? Look, I prefer wheat bread over French bread. Look.
Yeah, be careful
wherever in Alaska too. Be careful
that's
wherever
true.
you go. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you do. You have to. You really have to be careful, especially in these days.
Now, that part said, money makes women attentive and it hits their subconscious. I want to be secure. All the guys we talked about earlier had that.
That is what I said. Right. Yeah.
Correct. What were you talking about with the Prince thing?
With them, you know, all of them, you know, they play for the NFL or were celebrities and they have money, which makes us pay attention. And you kind of overlook the fact that he might have on tight pants or his nails are done. You know, if you are out there and that's the type of woman you are and that's what you go for. But, you know, I'm not judging. If you come and shake my hand like this, I'm going to shake your hands hard and heavy. I'm not going to judge you right off the bat or say you're a bad person because you're on either side.
I wouldn't say
not a bad person, just not a person for me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say you're not a person for me because you know, may have a little, what we used to call sugar in the tank, which is our people, our grandma was now, they was mean, weren't they? They would tell you that your little cousin, they tell him in his face, you got a little sugar in your tank.
Well, you need to get it out.
Right?
That's sugar.
So where does the correction comes in at to say, okay, this is appropriate, not appropriate? Because either you're being taught that, and then you're just being defiant to what you're being taught based off of whatever else did happen, or how does that become developed at that point then if there's no one that's giving correction on how to present yourself? It will be the same thing as women correcting a young lady. If you're bringing a young lady up, right, showing her how to cross her legs, right, how to stand with posture, you know, how to you know, wait for someone to open your door, all those things that we would consider a woman's trait, that she would present herself like, hey, I'm being feminine and showing myself in a feminine way. So that's interesting.
And what if she says, I don't want to be feminine. I want to act like a boy. I want to be butch. I want to be, I want to be like a boy, a tomboy. I'm not feminine. That's the same with them. I mean, if the girl, the young ladies that you're bringing up, what if you bring up a girl?
I know, who is they saying that to?
To the woman that is trying to help them to become who I think I am and who I think you should be. What if that person
telling
says
that to her mama? She's saying that to her mama?
What if she says to you, I'm not like you. I want to be, this is who I am. I feel like this is who I am. I am a tomboy. I actually want to, I may not want to be a boy, but I don't want to wear a dress. I want to wear pants. I don't want to wear a dress and heels like you. I want to wear pants and gym shoes. Is something wrong with that? Should I force her to wear a dress because she's a girl?
Yeah, she's gonna learn how to do that. Yep.
And then mentally, what do you think that's gonna do to her when she gets older?
I definitely wouldn't force her. I definitely wouldn't force her.
What it's teaching her is what it's showing her the difference between. There's a distinct difference between a man and a woman, and these are things you need to learn. The same way, like my daughter, she really didn't like cooking. No, she's forced to cook. You need to learn how to cook. Then now she likes cooking, right? So it's not like these are things that you have to develop in. You may not like it, but you're gonna learn it. You ain't gonna never say you wasn't taught it. You ain't gonna never say you wasn't never taught that how to put on the dress and how you're supposed to act like a lady. So when you're ready to get a man, you don't even know how to present yourself because you was never forced to taught how to present yourself. Now you are behind the 8 ball trying to get a man that you could probably get, but you don't have the feminine traits to be able to dress up. Oh, he wants to take you to a gala, but I don't wear dresses. Oh, well, he ain't gonna want you. He can't take you in the corporate world because you don't present yourself in the way that he would want his woman on his arm. You ain't versatile enough. So if you're not able to do that, then now you're cutting yourself out of the opportunities of guys that you could potentially get.
I don't agree, but I will agree to disagree.
What part you would disagree with?
A majority of it, I would disagree with that. I think that is why the suicide rate in that community is so high, because of the people who are in their lives. They kind of think in those ways, and like some boys have been beaten, and their parents try to beat the gay out of them. And so they grow up with this, they're ashamed to be who they are. And it causes them to want to, end their lives. Like if we're taking it real deep, those things happen. And those things have to be considered. And if we're taking it that deep, how do we expect these young boys to act that grew up with all women? They pick up on those feminine traits. Like I would expect that my daughter would like to wear dresses and would act like a lady because I'm acting like a lady. She's around me. She joined the same sorority I'm in because she saw that. But it's not all the time that our children decide that they're going to be like us. It's not all the time. You could have a son that says when he gets older, I think I like boys. He won't say it to you now because I'm sure that you have made this very clear. He may go to your
even if that was
wife
to happen, right?
And say, I like boys. But he knows
even if that was to happen. Mm-hmm. They are going to know my stance,
right?
Regardless. You know what I mean?
That
has nothing to do with you decide, but you ain't gonna be able to do it in my house. Number one. So whatever you decide to do, I don't entertain whatever it is that you want to do inside of my domain, right? Mm-hmm. So there's a way that I'm structuring my home, and that I want things done in my home. Now, if you decide that you want to do something else on your own, you can't force what you want in my house. But if you want to do whatever you want to do outside of my house, then you get the benefits of that. So there's a way, and then on the other side, the other benefits that come with that, with you being in my house. So if you want to conduct yourself in whatever way, like if you want to, I'm saying it, and you're going into the whole LGBTQ stuff, if they're going down that lane, I'm saying if you want to be a gangster, if you want to be a thief, if you want to go and rob or be a bully and do all of those are in the same spectrum. You can't do none of that.
But we're not talking about gangsters and thieves.
No, I'm saying I'm being very specific that you can't do none of that. So I'm not putting any of that in a box and saying, oh, it's just this. No, there's a spectrum of things that's a standard for my house.
Of course.
And it to be misinterpreted that is just, oh, if you act flamboyant or if you know, it's a whole list of stuff that you ain't gonna be able to do, that you ain't just able to be able to do.
Yeah.
So if you decide to do that, you know you can't do it here.
Because as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
Right.
No, I was just saying, because as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Because no.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, Patrick. When we grew up, that's our fathers and grandfathers, period. Period. For all of the above. Like you couldn't hardly come in my house with a B or a C. If you came in my house with a C or a D, so it's I get it. So is that how you kind of grew up too with your the men that you kind of grew up with? Were they like what like you're saying now, the rules that you have set for your home? Have you heard those rules before growing up? Is that where they came from?
Oh, definitely. Those are standards and rules that were biblically based. So those standards and rules just apply from a place, not just from their mind that they conjured up, but from a belief system that they held as a foundation. So if that's what I'm passing down, if it's something that they don't want to accept, it wasn't you rejected it. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference between the two. You rejected it as you went on to your life. I didn't allow you to do whatever with whatever and allow your life to be whatever you feel like it should be. But we should be responsible of molding you and guiding you. That's the responsibility of a parent, is to mold you and guide you under the foundation of God. And my the way that my parents brought us up, that's your foundation. And if you are moving away from that, then that's on you. That just like right now, I'm on my own. My parents gave me a foundation. Whatever I'm deciding, if I'm deciding to continue that, that's on me. If I'm deciding not to continue that, that's on me too.
And when you, if I may ask a question, when you find yourself slipping from that foundation, what do you say to yourself when you find yourself slipping from that foundation that you built, that you know I shouldn't be acting like this, I should not do this? What self-talk do you give yourself to get back to that foundation?
Well, it's more than just a self-talk. It's still biblically based. So if you pray, if you're reading your word, then it brings that back to just not just a self-talk, but you're actually reading it as well. So and then you're getting fulfilled from whatever it is that you are being convicted of, that hey man, you wasn't, this ain't right, that this isn't right, this thing that you've done or did isn't right. So those foundational pieces become a product of who you are. It's almost like though we're going into the word now, it's almost like the prodigal son. Once you can astray from it, but you know that you can always come back. So if you be able to put yourself in a position to come back, you can have the understanding and be back under that covering. But it seems like each generation is getting harder and harder with what they're being exposed to earlier on.
Yeah. Right.
So like the more that we're being exposed to earlier, and the more our children is being exposed to earlier on, is causing this crazy confliction that's going on that I'm seeing. And then now we're teetering the line even more and more when it comes to what is a man and then what is a woman. We're confused now about labeling what's a man and what's a woman now. Like it's getting bananas. Like we're going into all these different pronouns and stuff. It's getting way crazy to where you could be a roach
if you claim it. Yeah, I say that I am. That's true.
I've heard it.
You could be a roach.
Yep.
I could wake up tomorrow and be like, you know what? Let me crawl around this floor.
This person claimed themselves as a cat. Yep.
Right.
They sure did.
Like it's getting bananas, man.
It's diabolical. It is diabolical. It is spiritual for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It definitely is. OG said, we went to church 5 days a week growing up. Come on now.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Delphine said, mankind is always going to feel some type of way, judge, blame, because the word judges the heart. But walking in truth, there is no condemnation.
There is no condemnation.
The truth shall set you free.
Yeah, because I think that part that he said being judged, right? That's where most people try to categorize everything. Like we're judging people, we're judging folks. You know, you shouldn't have to judge kids, and like how you brought up T about the suicide rates and stuff. That's just gonna happen based off standards. It's going to happen. You either want to accept standards or not, right? Those rates are going to be there based off of the pressures of life, and you know you can try to prevent people from going down that road, and you're trying to get them help and get them guidance. But being defiant is a part of that process. Like me wanting to run out into the street. If I'm being defiant to that, I'm going to eventually get hit at some point because I'm being defiant to what it is that we're saying the foundation is. And whatever it is that's in you that's fighting that thing and saying, no, it's not. No, it's not. It becomes once we start operating our feelings, it becomes a real problem. Because I brought this up in another conversation when we was at where was we at? I think we was down in San Diego. I was on a panel in San Diego, I believe. And we was talking about this topic, and I posed a question. I said, we're going down this, we're feeling whatever we feel is right. You know, if I feel like if I'm a man and I feel like I'm a woman, is right. If I feel whatever I'm saying, then you have to accept whatever I'm feeling. So then it goes into, okay. So the people that deal with pedophilia, are they wrong because of the way they feel? Because they're attracted to young people? Like that's a feeling, that's a problem. That's a mental sickness. That's a mental problem, right? We categorize that as we feel bad for those, like we call it a sickness, but we should feel bad that they need medical attention. They need mental health services because we see it as a sick problem, right? It's something mentally going on with you that you have identified yourself to liking a kid or a baby or something like that. There's something that's not wired right.
Mm-hmm.
That there's an attraction there, right? So if we're doing that portion of it, then why the rest of it that you coming out with a hammer, but you want to be a kitten? So
what?
You're coming out a boy wanting to be a female, right?
Okay, okay. Oh, I got it. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
The hammer.
Yeah, I'm with you. Boom, boom.
Yeah, right.
Got it. The hammer.
Whatever you feeling, you know, it's a. But if we're not treating it, and I think that's where it goes back to. It's like society has said, okay, this is, if you're feeling this way, then this is what it is. Instead of treating it as a mental illness, mental condition, that there is something that's going on in your mind that's causing you to feel as though that this is what's going on with you. But that's not an argument that people want to put on the table. Like that's a whole psychological thing from DMS5 that people ain't gonna try to go down. Yeah,
it's a rabbit hole.
It's a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Now, Bobby said new generation don't have where if new generation have where if you stay over someone's house, you have to go to church. You have to stay at my house, you have to go to church. That's true. That was something that was different back in the day. Did y'all grow up like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up my kids grow up like that now. Everybody in my house getting up going to church.
If you
no
stayed
staying
out
home.
all Saturday night, you had to get
Ain't
up
no
and go to
staying
church.
at home. When I get up and go, you go.
That's right.
Like when they go to their friends and stuff, or everybody friends and stuff understand, like their friend's house, they understand that, okay, your friend, they go to church too. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Come as you are.
Therefore, I said people are looking for people to make them feel better. The turmoil is the spiritual fight that they are facing. But we can't set them free by agreeing
To that spirit.
That spirit.
Yeah, those are spirits. All of it is spiritual. It's people got spirits attached to them, and those are demonic spirits that they're battling within them. That's what I said in the beginning about, oh dude, like it's within, it's on the inside, and it's manifesting on the outside. That's a spirit that's manifesting right there. It's a spiritual battle. It's a spiritual fight.
That's good. That's good right there. That's good. Now, Bobby got brought his perspective. He said new drugs make the numbers high for suicide. That's definitely a true fact as well. I think that Bob could attest to that, especially being in the counseling field. It is something that you see on a major scale of young people, even older people, man, like that's getting on these new drugs, which is, of course, is messing with the mind. Anything that's altering the mind, man, is really can really put you on a bad spin in life, and it could cause you to do things you probably would not otherwise do if you wasn't under these influence, or your mind hadn't been altered by it for so long. You've been on it for so long that now your mind is just it can't protect you no more.
Nope.
Because
drugs alters those neurological brain perceptors, and once it hits the brain, now your brain is telling you to do something and say things that you wouldn't normally do. So of course, anything you put into your body is going to transform you neurological first, and then that's going to go straight to your brain. So yes, most definitely. Most definitely.
Major traumas like that. And we're not even talking about the altering stuff of people being like molested or taken advantage of and all that type of stuff, where those from the experience, and you will see a lot of people, we might bring some of those stories on the show, those experiences. I know because I'm a Donnie McClurkin fan, and I listen to a lot of his, and he said that he's had that battle because he was molested when he was younger, and so having that feeling and desire from a man wasn't necessarily on his mind, but that was his first experience. So he was longing for that intimate, that your body now knows that as an intimate touch. So that messes up the mind from the actual encounter. So now psychologically, you're all messed up on what actual intimacy is going to feel like from that person. So now if it was from a woman, then it would still kind of be on that line. But since it was from a man, it takes it to a whole different spin. Because even if he doesn't want to be in that lifestyle, the desire from that encounter has caused that.
Yeah, and that's a transfer in the spirit. And then as a young age, it's a grooming thing. At a young age, your mind is still growing. Your mind is still, you know what I'm saying, learning. And once you put that on a person and you're adapting that to a child at a young age, this has become a part of a child's learning process now. So now it's okay to them because it's something that they were taught. And for them, it's okay because they're still learning, they're still growing. You know what I'm saying? You teach a child anything at a young age, and they're gonna grasp the concept because it's like, okay, this is what I know to be normal as a child. You know what I'm saying? And you grow up into this, it's like, okay, yeah, this is normal now because I've learned this as a child. But in all actuality, it's a spirit thing. He had one bad spirit transferred into him. So that's a transfer in a spirit. That was a bad spirit that was transferred into him, and now he has to battle that spirit as an adult. So, yeah.
And he can either turn into a sex addict or a person who avoids it and thinks it's like disgusting. So you don't want anything to do with it. You want to be around a man. You're afraid of men touching you like that. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that comment. The unfortunately how we can't go back to how things used to be. Yeah, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
We reading
Yep.
comments as well as quiet.
Man, it's a definitely a deep conversation for
Yeah.
sure.
So have you? I have a
Of
question for
course.
you all. Have you ever? Because I read this somewhere and it was like fascinating to me. Have you laid with somebody that's depressed or going through things, and after you've been with them, then you're depressed and nothing's
That's
ever
called
going right for you?
that's
That
called a
transfer?
soul tie. That's transfer of
So
spirits. That's a soul tie.
yeah. And
That's a soul tie.
also in this
Yeah.
same article, they said that whoever that person is sleeping with, you take
It
on
becomes
all of their demons
transferred.
Mhm.
Yes.
and soul ties
That's
as
why
well. So then it's
yes.
all a part of you
That's
now.
why it's not meant for a person to fornicate because it's good. You know, it was meant for one person to be with one person. That's how the Bible calls it. It's meant for this person and this person to become one flesh. So when you're mixing that one flesh, basically that's who you're supposed to be with. But now you mixing this flesh and this flesh has been with this flesh and so on. It becomes something that now you're taking on all these person spirits and drama and whatever this person has went through. Your now
Mhm.
this flesh is connected to you because now you're mixing the flesh together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's about. And a lot of people don't see that way. I mean, it depends on who you are, you know, and what you believe in. But basically, that's what it means when it says become one flesh. So you're becoming one flesh with this person, and just imagine what this person has endured and what they've been through. You know what I'm saying? Now
Mhm.
you're going through that with this person. You took on that flesh. So now you're going through it with this person. Whatever this person has encountered, now you wonder why you depressed. You wonder why you suicidal. You wonder why all of this stuff is happening to you, not knowing that this person had all of these demons that they were battling. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
it's the truth. It's the truth. It is. There's a lot of things that people don't understand. We're living in a physical world, and there's a spiritual battle that's taking place right now. So
how do you disconnect from like a soul tie? Is there a specific, like, do you do some kind of dance, or how do you get it away?
no,
Get it
you
off
need
of?
deliverance, girl. You need to get delivered.
You do like
you better go get the laying of hands. Somebody better deliver this girl. Look, somebody
She
pray
said,
over
"Do
this
you
woman
do
and
some type
bless
of
her.
dance?"
what kind of
My anointing
dance?
oil.
Okay with you, T. She
I'm about to
said,
go
"Do
get
you
my
do
anointing oil,
You
T.
about
I'll
to
be
go
right
do
back.
the river dance. You about to hit her with the river dance.
I know dance.
You about to hit her
I
with
don't
the
know.
river dance.
I'm not doing that.
I'm gonna hit him
Not the
with the
river
black girl
dance.
dance from Chicago.
Yeah, it definitely is something that
Yeah,
you
you-
have to, you know, pray on.
Yeah.
And really
Yeah, you gotta pray out.
change your
You gotta get
environment.
delivered from that.
You know, it's a
Mm-hmm.
and get some help, some counseling, man. Like you have to get there's a multitude of things that we need as tools. Changing your environment, your friend circles, and the people you interact with. You know, those things can be a major piece too. Like we all have things that we have to analyze. You know what I mean? Like that's a huge piece. That's it makes that what it is. Let's see. Got some more real quick. OG said, I broke up with someone for seeming like a Debbie Downer. They will have you believe it. Man, negative energy is always bad, man. Like you don't want to have negative energy. It saps out your soul, man. Like it will sap you like a
Negative Nancy.
Yeah.
Negative. You know, if you have a negative woman all the time, man. Even the Bible says, man, I'd rather be on the roof of the house than to be inside of the home with a nagging woman. Like you know, yeah, you don't want to be and then you know, there's so many guys that being a lot more feminine. It goes back to what T was saying before, that being raised by young men, being raised by women, young men being raised by all women. So they're becoming the nagging man, and they're mouthy, and you know, you going back and forth. So I'll be looking at that, I'll be like, man, you got guys out here going back and forth.
Yeah.
It's just sassy to me, man. Like because it's emotionally driven, and because most women they have a they move emotionally, they act and talk with emotion majority of the time, right? And that's just how y'all communicate. But man, we're taught that hey, you keep your cool, you be calm, you keep your collective, and you act accordingly. You're able to control. You should be able to control the room, control the atmosphere of it. And if you have someone that's ignorant, acting a certain way, you remove yourself. And so you act accordingly like a man. And so you don't go up there yelling and screaming at some woman, then now you getting into the whole sass situation. Right. All of it becomes a whole, a woman being with a woman at that point. He said it won't show in the first year, but pay attention. It's been there and you just overlooked it. That's a good point.
Yeah, them spirits be real.
Do women overlook stuff like that? That's a good point, because I know we're talking about the emotional side part, right? So if we're talking about the things that women do women overlook certain things in guys, and are some things that, and if so, what are some small things that women are able to overlook, and what are some of the major things that they're like, nah, that's a no-go?
I'll let Jen take this one.
Okay, well, that's not something that can be overlooked, because anything emotional you're going to see from the jump, and that can take a huge impact on your relationship, and it's draining, it's emotionally draining, and it's tiring. So having something manifest itself and emotionally you want to work on, and if it's something that you can't work on, then you got to remove yourself, because at the end of the day it's going to take a toll on your marriage, it's going to take a toll on your relationship, because it's like you're carrying this person. You're going to have to carry this person all the time emotionally, because they're not emotionally stable enough to be present. And that's a deal breaker. I refuse to have to carry someone emotionally just to pick myself up daily. I have to pick myself up and pick you up emotionally daily too. That I can't do that. It's not gonna work. It's definitely not gonna work. Now a deal breaker, like, okay, so I mean, some small. I mean, we work with men that could say, okay, look, you're not taking out the trash. Okay, I don't worry about that. We'll work on that. You know what I'm saying? We can work on you not taking out the trash. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. You know what I'm saying? Get up in the morning and and you see a mess and he ain't cleaned up something. We can work on that. We can work on that. You know what I'm saying? Because some men, they've been living by themselves for so long, they're used to being messy. So you got to merge relationships. You have to work with somebody. You know what I'm saying? You bringing no mess into this, and this person is clean, so you can work on that. That's something that you can work on. But I'm not working on no person that's not emotionally stable, because I refuse to break myself trying to help you find yourself. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey.
No French bread.
No French bread. Not on my watch. No French bread. Not on my watch. I cannot do it. Just think about how you will have to deal every single day with this person. It's like being married to a man that went to the war, and he came back. I mean, you already been married to this man, but he's coming back damaged. He's coming back messed up emotionally. So, and if you've already married this man, you're definitely going to have to work through that. That's a job. That's a job. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you're going to have to work your way through it, because you've already married him. But if it's somebody that you're trying to inquire about in the beginning and you're not noticing this, because it will take some time, you're going to have to keep going on a few, days. I think OG Bobby Johnson said that before you actually see this person and what this person truly is about, then you say, okay, look, I can make up my mind and say, look, I can't do this with you, because it's going to tear you down trying to deal with somebody emotionally damaged like that. You got to come healed. You got to come healed.
Yes.
You need to be healed, honey. Come healed. Because now I'm messed up. I'm damaged now. I'm trying to carry all your bad bag. I'm jacked up now. I'm messed up now because you didn't come healed. And I'm now my backpack full. I'm over here looking like Quasimodo trying to carry all my stuff. No, man. No, I'm good.
So we got one more topic.
Can't do
We're
it.
gonna hit y'all with. Does a wife always move like one? Single or not? Single or not? Do they move like one? Y'all gotta. Hey, listen. You got. This is gonna be a good one. Check it out.
One thing about a woman that's waiting for a husband, she conducts herself as a wife at all times. Let me cook for a second. One thing about a woman that is out here waiting for a husband, one thing about a woman that is born to be a wife, she conducts herself like a wife at all times, because every single day that she gets up, every single day that she goes out into the world, she knows that there's a possibility that her husband might be watching. So guess what? She dresses like a wife. You're not going to see her breast exposed and her back exposed and her buttocks exposed or any of those things, because that's for her husband to see. The way that she interacts with people in public, she acts like a wife. She's soft-spoken. She's straight to the point. She's very feminine. She's very submissive. She's very soft in her approach because her husband could be watching. She's not just doing anything and everything with everybody. She's not sending nudes to your phone. She's not doing it. She's not letting you explore her bodies in just every single way. There's going to be some things that she's saving for marriage because she knows that one day she's going to be a wife. A lot of y'all are getting tricked. These women don't want to be wives. That's why when you marry them, you're going through all of these submission issues. You're going through all of these identity crises. You feel like you're marrying one of the homies. You're damn near fighting for who's the man in the relationship because she never wanted to be a wife. You wanted her to be your wife. One thing about a woman that's waiting.
Lady.
That's a lot to unpack. Let them
go T. I'm gonna let you tackle this one first. Go ahead, girl. Go.
That's a lot to unpack. As a wife, I will say I met my husband, then boyfriend, in high school. I was not like a high school age person saying I'm gonna be a wife. I was just acting the way that I act. I was being me. So I was presenting myself the way I present myself. He was attracted to what I presented. What I know that to be now, as I've been told by a lot of guys now that Facebook and all that is out, a lot of guys back in the day who I would say, like, they did not like guys didn't like me. Boys didn't like me at all. They ignored me. And now they are in my inbox saying, I made a mistake. I should have paid more attention to you, but I ignored you because you were wifey material. So as we grow up and we understand what that means and they see the differences, I guess, like when I say I wouldn't be good for the streets, I probably wouldn't be on the streets for long, because according to what I've been hearing, what I present is sort of more wifey material. So I'll just say that for that part from what he's saying. But wow, he said that most men want you to be a wife, but the women are not ready to be wives. And I agree. I do. I hate that I have to, because I love to take a woman's point of view. But I agree that most women don't know what it means, what it takes. Was I a bully? No. OG, you have to explain that. What do you mean? I don't think most women, they want the ring and they want to be able to say I was chosen. Hey, somebody chose me. And being a wife takes so much more than that. And I just think that he was right. He was right about that. But I want to hear he was cooking. That's true.
That's why I said the Bible says, who can find? That means she's already walking in her soft girl era.
Right.
He who finds a wife
finds a good thing.
Finds a wife.
Finds a good thing.
That means she's already a wife.
Not he who finds a party girl. He who finds the girl that everybody wants. He who finds a wife. So that's all. I'm just saying what people have said to me. I'm not claiming, I'm not saying, hey, I'm wifey material and I'm all this. I am saying that people have said that to me. So that means that they have seen those things in me. When before you become a wife, to be wifey material is not a good thing. Nobody wants you because they all wanted the girls who everybody had and everybody passed around. And everybody wanted, and I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be a bully, but those girls get a lot of attention, and it makes us feel like something's wrong with us. I'm just being truthful here. When you realize nothing is wrong with you, just continue to be who you are, because the men want you. They just can't handle you right now where they are. They don't know what to do with you. So
now let's be clear. Yes and no. She cooking a little bit, but you're a little outdated on it. Now,
I'm on 350. I should have put it on 480.
The difference, yeah. No, what I'm saying, the perspective you coming in is that you were a lot younger. Now you were a lot younger when that was happening. That should be the presentation where we're talking about how parents are raising children, right? How you're presenting, how the guidance of that presentation is important. So, however, parents are allowing their children to be and doing stuff like that, right? That can help mold them in a certain way. And yeah, they'll be like, oh, she could be wifey material. I think all of us were saying that when we were in high school, when we were going into college and stuff like that. There was different chicks you would be looking at and be like, oh, she's a wifey material. But by the time you in your 30s, you can't be playing no games. You know what I mean? Once you in your late 20s and stuff, you can't. It's not a game at that point. It's like, what are you presenting to be a wife? You have the way you're presenting yourself is character in high school, going into college, right? But what are those traits and attributes that you have once you develop into an adult? Early 20s, going into your 30s, what have you developed into, and as an adult, as a young lady, that men would be attracted to want to wife you? I think that part is what is being missed in today's society. Because like even now, you have a lot of women that be like, well, what are you? They won't do certain things. Like they won't cook. They be like, oh, I ain't gonna cook for no man until he wife me. And like that, I can't be doing wifey duties like that until he asked me for marriage. It'd be comments like that, which I find weird in my perspective. Like those are things that a woman should want to do to attract a man, right? Like if you're yourself, offering him those things isn't a bad thing. Like being able to, instead of going out on a date, because if he's spending his money, like he ain't gonna say, well, I ain't gonna spend no money on dating until it's my wife. Like you spend your money and we go have on dates and we gonna get to know each other, and then about time I determine you're gonna be my wife, then I'll spend money on you. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Like it's the equivalent, but women don't process that way for most women. I see T face round up when I said that.
Oh, so, you see that? You know that look. I watch some of the shows and I say I put a certain look when I'm thinking.
Yeah. When I said a woman cooking, that face round up. But most women, they're taught that. But it's like, well, if the guy is doing his part and he's taking you out, like, why wouldn't that be a good gesture back at some point? And you're able to show him, hey, hey, I thought about you. I made you this lunch. I made you some gumbo or something. Take this on your job or whatever. It ain't even got to be even a kind of like dinner that you're gonna cook for him, right? Just something simple for him to. Oh, you made extra, and so you able to take it to work or something like that. Like it's something simple that I think sometimes is overlooked, of simple gestures that could show those wifely duties that he ain't able to get everywhere else. He ain't gonna want to go nowhere else.
I agree with that. I'm gonna let Jen speak because the actual video talked about a lot about women, single women, representing themselves out there as wives that are looking to be to get a husband, and how are you presenting yourself. But first, I want to talk about the cooking. I think it's great. It's a great to cook for his birthday. Maybe cook, you know, he comes over, you might cook a meal, but every day cooking for him, to me, I would not do that. You have to allow a man to be a man. Allow him to take you out. Allow him to plan a date. Allow him to pay for dinner.
Yep.
If you decide and if you choose you want to cook for him, that's fine. But he shouldn't come over every night because you cooked a home cooked meal. Why? You're not a wife. Don't, please. I'm telling y'all are free. Be free. Don't act like a wife. I have to cook. Like, I can't say I don't have to cook, but I choose to cook because I know how to cook. But I can't say every night. I don't want to say every night, let's go out and eat at a restaurant. You know, we have a child in college. Let's waste $100 and go to some of the fancier restaurants and go out. No, because I can cook. I'm a wife. I do those duties. When I cook, I make his plate. He's sitting on the couch. I make his plate. I bring his plate over to him. He'll wash the dishes, which is not, that is great. If I cook, he washes dishes. He cooks too. If he cooks, I wash the dishes. So ladies, please stop that cooking every day for them. And I need to know how many of y'all cooking every day got engaged and married. That man is gonna go. It doesn't matter. You're not different because I cook and they don't cook.
Don't be trying to block people's blessings out here, T.
What you're doing is spoiling that man and making him think he's the prize.
Quit trying to
ladies,
block
make that man come and get you. Make that man come and get you.
You're trying to block that man's blessing from getting
ladies.
But
ladies,
you could be giving. He
that's
could be
how
doing
you separate
more.
yourself.
But there's a difference too, right? So like, what is he bringing to the table to her that you're saying that it could be one-sided? Because if you're saying he's not doing nothing for you, and then you're cooking every day, what is the benefit? She could feel as though she's getting the benefit on the other side, and then she's receiving whatever from him, and then that's a reciprocation that she wants to do.
Ladies, good D is not getting something.
I don't agree with that.
And
so
some of these men are only bringing you good D and good communication. Let's be real. I'm telling you, let's be real. Some of them talking good and bringing you the D, making promises that you never. Please, somebody tell me I'm lying. Please, somebody in the comments say, "Oh, those promises, those were real." I'm just saying. The D is good, but it's not gonna make you his wife. Everybody gets the D. That's why the D is. That's why everybody know that this good D, right? Okay, so everybody's gonna.
I'm trying to understand where you're going with it. I'm
just saying that doesn't mean that you're about to become a wife. That just means enjoy the moment and stop that cooking. Make him come and get you with more than just good D. That's what I'm saying.
So you saying don't provide wifey materials to a man that's not trying to wife you?
I'm saying don't provide wifey materials, period, when you're dating a man. I'm
Okay,
saying
so
why buy the
dating.
cow when you're getting the milk for free? Why will a man buy a cow if he's getting the milk for free? And I mean everything. If he's getting the sex, he's getting you cooking, you're cleaning his house, you're doing all of these things.
Oh Lord.
Y'all gonna pretend like it's not women. Okay, I'm sorry, because y'all
no,
gonna pretend like folks ain't out here acting like that.
No, I'm trying to get to the point what is deemed, because all those things that you're putting in perspective, right? What are those things that are considered wifey things? And those are things that you are showcasing wifey things, right? So it's like, because when we say wifey and then husband things, right? What is considered the man being a husband then? So it's him. What is, I'm trying, like, what are, in today's society, how are we differentiating that wife husband concept?
I don't really see men trying to be husbands. They're just being themselves. So from what I can see, from what I hear.
Hold on, T. You married.
I'm wondering why I'm doing all the talking.
I'm about to ask Jen. So I'm talking about today's society. What is the different? What is the separation now for men and women when it comes to marriage? And we're saying a wifey, because we're using the word wifey and husband duties, right? So what are those things? What are wifey duties that we're saying women shouldn't be doing as a girlfriend?
I mean, to be real, I'm just saying what she's saying is basically the cooking part. Now, I don't mind. For me, it depends. Like she said, the every night thing, and I don't know what women is cleaning up a man's house and doing all of this for a man on a daily basis. If you over there cleaning up his house and doing all of that, what? I'm trying to understand who doing this. Cause boy, you better pick the drawers up. I ain't picking them drawers up for you. No, but okay, we gonna say this. Now, if we are married, of course, yes. I mean, because a woman, that's her job. She's a woman, not saying she's supposed to just pick up behind you every single day, but yes, dinner will be cooked. Okay, you coming home from work, from a hard day at work, baby. I'm gonna run your shower water, have your shower water ready, your clothes gonna be laid out. You know what I'm saying? For the next day, iron, all of that. I'm on my job as a woman. But if I'm single, no, I ain't ironing your clothes and doing all of that. No, you better go and throw them things in the dryer. I'm not gonna be doing all of that for you. And I'm just nope. Single, you have to know how to give yourself you can't stretch yourself thin. You have to give it in increments. You got to work your way up to where you need to be with a man in order for you to know if this man is going to marry you. You giving yourself fully to a man and then eventually this man is not going to marry you. You didn't stretch yourself wide and thin for nothing. So you really do. You really have to take your time and get to know who you giving yourself to, because you can't just be giving yourself, and I just don't mean self as in sexually, I mean self in general, your services, what you're going to do with this man, dates and all of this stuff. You really have to take your time with this person, because then you overdoing it, and then at the end of the day, like she said, this man ain't even marrying you. Here you giving wifey materials to a man that's just trying to be your friend. You know what I'm saying? So be the person that he wants you to be. If he just wants you to date him and be a date, then you give him date quality. If he wants you to be wifey material, you give him wifey quality. That's what you do. You got to go accordingly. Now, if we speaking on marriage, then yes, you need to be that Proverbs 31 woman that the Bible speak of. Be that woman. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think in this generation, there's not a lot of Proverbs 31 women out here. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. It's not. You out here dressing like you said, you got yourself all out and exposed. You're making yourself acceptable to any type of man. You're available to all of these men out here. You know what I'm saying? Now this man is looking at you like, okay, I can have you, I can have you, I can have you, I can have you, because guess what? You out here exposing yourself like that, like every man can have you. When you going out on a date with your man is supposed to be the only person that's supposed to see you like that behind closed doors, or if he's okay with you dressed like that in public. But at the end of the day, you're supposed to cover yourself up. Treat yourself as a wife's supposed to treat herself. Dress accordingly. You know what I'm saying?
No, well,
you know what's interesting about what you said? I'm sorry. Anthony and I went to an event and took a picture, and I said, "Oh my God, I look like somebody's wife." I did. I was like, "Oh my goodness, look how I look on this picture with him." I was like, "Look at me. I look like somebody's 40-year-old wife." He said, "No, you look like a 30-year-old. You look like you look beautiful. You look 30, actually." Some joke or something about, but that is so true. Just what I had on and how I presented myself when I was next to him, it was like, this is his wife. And I could literally see that on the photo. Not like I don't dress provocative, but I could tell that my whole demeanor was different. It was like, I'm with my husband. This is his wife. And so you're very true. That's true.
That's a great point. Great point. Great points. She said she's telling you to cash out me $50 for lunch and she can't cook a meal.
No, I'm gonna take that $50 and go buy some food with that, because I'm about to cook a meal. I'm about to cook a meal.
Ladies, listen out there. Now I'm gonna give y'all some game. Okay, give y'all some quick game, real quick, real fast. Now, if you want to diversify yourself from all the other ladies out there, see, it's not the extreme. You gotta find a middle space. Steve, a lot of time we talk in the extremes right now. oh, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that, you shouldn't be doing all this for a man. If you want to win a man, this is what this. If it's a guy that you're interested in, you like him, you like what he's doing, you like what he's about.
Keyword. That's it right there.
You have to show him a preview of what he's going to get. It's the same way that when you're talking to a young man, you have to show her the type of man that she is going to get. You can't, and again, this is not an everyday thing. So if it's yo, you popping, you gonna cook him a meal, you gonna show him, hey, I can cook, or I'm thinking about you type thing. One day you come through, you show, oh, you know, this is I like to you showing him your living space that you like to be clean. You come over there one day, make sure all his stuff is straight. One day you stay and be like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna lay your stuff out, I'm gonna run your bath water, I'm gonna do this. You're showing him an element of what he could get long term. But it's not a surprise to him of what he will get, because it's something that most women don't do. So if you show him something that he could potentially miss, because he's gonna get everything that he's getting with you with everybody else. He's gonna get the date, you're gonna get the nice conversation, you know, you're gonna look good and all that type of stuff. Okay, what are you doing that's making yourself different? Are you showing him that, you know, that you could, you know, you bringing some element to him far as, you know, ideas of what he's doing and things that he has going on, whether it's his career or his, you know, what are you bringing to him that in conversation that could help elevate him, that's beyond what other people are doing, all these other women are doing. If you're gonna differentiate yourself a little bit, are you gonna show up? All of those things are just small characteristics that can make you, put you on a different stratosphere at all the other women. And it's real simple. Other people will tell you it's taboo, you shouldn't do it. But I'm telling you, if you put that little element in place, you're gonna be the one that he's gonna be thinking about. And again, it's not something that's long term. I'm be very clear about that. It's something that's a preview. It's like the movie script, right? They don't show you the whole movie, they just show you a little preview. So you give them a little preview, cleaning, showing them that you know how to cook. Give them a little preview. So then all of a sudden, you know, you in the game a little bit. Just my 2 cents.
That's good advice. I mean, for
Not
a man
every
who's
man. Not
if
every man
the man is ready. Some men are not. They're not trying to be married or in a relationship.
That's why I started off with the man that you think that you're aligning with, that you see that, hey, you know what, he's somebody that is aligned with me that I want to see long term. You are identifying this man as the lady.
But are you really identifying the man if the man is lying to you and pretending to be somebody he's not?
That's part of dating. That's part of dating, T.
Is it? Ooh, that's scary.
Yeah, that's part of dating.
Because I know it's some women out there who thought that man wants to be married to them, and they do all those things and still end up, I don't know, dumped.
That's part of dating, though.
It is. That's terrible. Different levels for each man. The ones they like.
It's different levels for each man. The ones they like, they showing him. Come on, man. Come on now. It went back to something you said earlier, Devon. Listen, if he's the guy, see that, but this is the thing. This is what happened, and you gonna agree with this. This is what happens: is that the one that she's head over heels over isn't the guy that's going to be good for her. See, it's the dude that she think that's the lame that's gonna be able to, that's gonna love her the way that she wants to be loved. She overlooking him. Right? She's not giving him that attention. And that's that comment that you're saying right there, bro. Like, it's gonna she automatically wants to give it to the guy that checks all her boxes. But the guy that checks maybe a couple boxes and she kind of keeping him in the friend zone type area, ain't really giving him no attention. He ain't getting all of that.
That's true.
But he definitely gonna be the one that, you know, the dude that's just, you know, giving her the D, like you were saying, knocking her back out. She mesmerized over the D. She ain't connecting on the level of the things that she actually wanted. She just mesmerized by the D. She getting her back broke in, and that's what she worried about. She ain't She ain't concerned about. See, he the main one that's getting it. He beating it, and then the dude that's the friend zone dude, he ain't really getting no attention. He the one that can treat her right. He the one that can, boom. He didn't got friend zone though, because he only check a couple boxes. He don't check all of them. So I ain't gonna, I ain't really taking him seriously. I ain't really gonna, I'm gonna put him on the back burner. He ain't really checking all the boxes that I want. But the other guy that checked most of them, and then he land that pipe. But he ain't, he for everybody, right? So she gonna give him that attention.
That's the game.
That's the game.
They letting you cook. They said you're cooking.
Cook it on. Go and eat that.
That's
have fun making dinner together.
Yeah.
Come on now.
This is the part
right here. OG.
This is what's missing. Both of us are auditioning. We always think that is one-sided. It is not one-sided. Both people are trying to show, or should be trying to show, what they're bringing to the table for each person.
Yeah.
Are we or are we not?
Yeah.
Are we doing that?
I don't know. I think so. I think that if you're, in a serious relationship and it's moving towards marriage, I think both people try to at least show the other person what they're getting if they choose you. But if you're in a situationship or something, I don't know. I think it's about getting your backbone out.
You think about getting the back? You say he thinks about.
Oh my God!
I mean, it is though, because at the end of the day, this is the reality. This is the true reality. There are a small group of men that are wanted by most women. That's just the facts. All the other guys are literally overlooked. They are overlooked tremendously because one, they're not going to be physically attractive to what a woman would want. It's going to be money wise or career wise, or it could be religion beliefs. It could be political beliefs, and then all of those things slim down the number of opportunities of people that you even don't even give any type of look at. So that kind of happens that way.
It happens like the comments, like when we have our show. I always pay attention to who's in the comments and who's saying something. And like if I'm out and I see that person, they may not know, but I'll look and say, oh, that's such and such. Oh, I remember them from the comment. Oh, okay. So you are right. You have to make yourself, especially if you're not one of the people that's just always out there, you really have to make yourself sing if you want the person that you want.
OG said, I think the hardest thing dating is hearing people say they're ready to be married, but in debt financially.
That part.
Good Lord.
Help them. Is that a thing?
I'm just saying, what if they just love each other and they want to work their way up to building?
You seen me in public, OG? I haven't seen you. I didn't speak to you when I saw you in public.
Oh, snap. Not you seeing her in public and come on.
You ain't say nothing? I didn't recognize you. You didn't even come up to me and say hello.
Now you said, Jen, you said that you think that people can build. Yeah. It's
a thing.
It is a thing. It's definitely a thing. But again, it goes back to the people who wants who.
Who wants
who wants who.
Yeah.
Both.
Y'all gotta excuse me. My internet is acting up downstairs.
Oh no, you're good. It's pretty much it's like a who wants who, right? Like who is wanting who. Like is the person okay with building or another person not okay with building?
Oh, right.
Like,
That's
you know
true.
what I mean? I don't, you know, I don't want to take on your $150,000 student debt that you got, right? So
I'm not, yeah, because some of
you
that
see what I'm
child
saying?
support, you get married to
Yeah,
a man who
somebody
on
got
child support.
you get with a guy,
Yeah.
oh crazy back child support, man. Listen,
Yeah.
listen.
Baby
That
mama
becomes your debt.
drama. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Are you willing to take that on? But those aren't conversations that you have at the beginning of a relationship. That people ain't having it. That's something that OG just brought up. Like these people ain't having them type of conversations at the beginning of a relationship. Dude, they tell you $250,000 in debt in back child support.
Yeah, people don't have them conversation. They just jumping head first.
Man.
Yeah.
They over there Trey Songz. Oh, I'm about to dive in. They just diving in. They just diving in. Mm-hmm.
Now, OG, he brought up a great point. He said, at what age is a thing? Is your younger years or your older years?
What's
like,
the thing? What's
what
the thing?
Yeah.
Like this building thing, right? We're talking about younger, older, and I think it's in stages. Like typically, like if I'm guiding my children that are getting to that age, right? I think like a lot of people, tell your daughter to be focused on school and all that type of stuff. Yes, you should be focused on school, but you also should be looking for a husband in college. That's where you should be looking for a husband at. That's where your biggest opportunity of pool of people that you're gonna run into that's doing something with themselves that you can literally interact with. Because when you really break it down, I've been saying this, and I was talking to kids at the Ebony Counseling Center when I was talking to some of the colleges and stuff too at BC. And I would talk to them about this, like dating. Like y'all should be dating like each other. Like y'all should be looking for people. I know y'all parents told y'all different because we always told this stupid thing, but you should be looking for somebody that's trying to do something with themselves, that's trying to maybe go in some of the same fields and stuff like that. Then now you can grow together, right? Y'all can grow together. Soon as you get out, and I said this is what most people don't realize, soon as you get out, you go into your career, now you working 50, 60 hours a week. When you gonna have time to find somebody and date? Now you so bossing up in your career, you're trying to get promoted and you're trying to do all this type of stuff. And everybody told you, and this would happen with most children, that they have them so career driven and the value of family is less than the career.
Right.
And so we've devalued motherhood and valued the career more than being a parent. Because ultimately you'll want to try to get both.
Yeah. I'm judged on that all the time. That is very true.
Make sure that you're meshing with someone that you love, that's going to value you and that you can grow with and have a foundation with God with. Once you find that foundation, everything else is gravy. Because the vows is at that point for rich or poor, you know, the whole concept. But if you guys are going down, if you're with someone that's forward thinking, then now y'all can grow. Because y'all in college together, y'all graduating, y'all doing all these things. You guys are in a position already at that point, graduating, knowing that y'all are going to be okay to some degree. You see what I'm saying? Like you're gonna be able to get somewhere. You know, you're gonna be able to get somewhere. And so y'all gonna be okay in that regard. But if y'all, as long as y'all ain't money hungry and mismanagement and stuff, then now you can actually start to grow together. But we value, and I want you to cook on that a little bit before we get off here, T. Like when you said you were judged for that, like what do you mean for that? By that?
Well, I have an opportunity to be a stay-at-home wife now. When we moved here to California, I'll start before that. I was a stay-at-home mom after I left like corporate America. When we had our daughter, I decided, and my husband decided, it would be a great idea for her to be for me to be a stay-at-home mom with her. To me, family is important. I've always known that. Although, I was on to project, like I've been to law school, things like that. I worked at corporate America. I'm a boss.
Mhm.
But some people think that if you're not showing something for that, something like a law degree or a doctorate, or you're what it's more about what do you do to a lot of people. And I think personally, I've been judged on that. It's like, oh, don't worry, she's not anybody, she doesn't do anything, she stays at home. And then I even get questioned, well, how old is your daughter? And I'm like, well, she's in college. She'll be graduating from Spelman, summa cum laude, in a week or two. She's top of her class, Phi Beta. I'm just trying to, now I'm showing off.
Come on, come on. Pop your collar, mama. Come on now.
Here's the thing. People don't associate that the success of my child with having a parent. No.
See, that it's a congratulations to you and your phenomenal husband for y'all putting yourselves in position to be able to do that. And that should be the model, right? You know, I would, man, it is
it's
a
not,
beautiful
but you're
thing.
Yeah, thank you, Patrick, for saying that. But you're judged based on what you do. So like when people ask, Tony said, when people ask you, what do you do? What do you like to do? You know, he said, start saying, oh, I like to go walking in the park. Because, you know, they expect you to say, when they say, what do you do? This is the only country where when they say, what do you do? It's, oh gosh, okay, I worked in this arena for this long. I was here, but now I'm retired. You feel so pressured. I'm a judge, I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor. I do all these things. I'm great. Do you know in other countries, when they ask, what do you do? Their response is, oh, well, sometimes I go and have some coffee and I sit at the beach. Or sometimes I may take a long walk and I go to the gym. That's what I do. It's not based on literally what you do. It's based on who you are as a person. I paint.
Come on now.
I do this. I do that.
Yes.
That 2025, I said, I'm not going to, because I used to, sometimes you think, oh, shoot.
Other people make you feel some type of way, huh?
You feel pressure. And it's like a lot of people judge me, I believe, on that, but you don't even know who I am. I have a master's degree. I choose to do what I'm doing for the benefit of my child. What my child has shown me.
Let me pour into you, into your spirit just a little bit, because this is what is happening to America, that we are devaluing the flex of motherhood. That is the biggest responsibility. That is the most honorable, most beautiful job that any woman could ever have.
Yeah.
I'm like, ain't nobody caring about no dissertation papers. Ain't nobody worried about your next notes for a counseling session when you are being buried in the grave. When my grandma passed away, it was one of the most beautiful things to be able to see her obituary and to see the lineage that she raised. The people, the encounter, we gonna have the memories. Nobody gonna be remembering the next great contract that you had. They're gonna be talking about the dinners that you had and the time, the talks and the interactions with your children and your family. That's gonna be the most important part. But we have diminished. I hate that our society have diminished the most beautiful, honorable, most precious job in the entire world of motherhood.
Yeah.
That we have made that to be like shameful. To be a stay-at-home mom is like being shameful. And we as a society should be ashamed of ourselves for trying to put our women in a position that now she got to say, you know, oh, I'm a director of this, or I got this job, or I got this, or I've done this, and all of these other. You just saying, oh, I'm a mom. Like that. Oh, what else you do? That's what I do. Like that. We've made that such a terrible thing that I'm frustrated at our society for doing that to our women.
And you know, back in Chicago, there's an entire club that I belong to of African American stay-at-home moms. So, you know, that's what I've grown with these women. That's what I know. So it doesn't, like, not until I left Chicago and left that group of women and I got around like other women, that did I feel that pressure. Because back with that group, it's called the Mocha Moms. If anybody's interested, Mocha Moms Incorporated. They have them in California. They have chapters everywhere. Look into it. They're African-American stay-at-home moms. This is my thing. We don't question white women when they stay at home and support their husbands and support their families. We don't question it at all. It's almost like that's what they're supposed to do. So why are we questioned? Because we're not being burnt out. We're not working to death. We're, not somewhere on a job stressed out. I don't know. It's almost like misery loves company. I know working a 9 to 5 is not fun. I've been there. I know it's not. I know it's not fun to have to do it. I know that there are a large percent of women, I won't say every woman, a large percent of women will love the opportunity to be a stay-at-home wife. So be kind to women who have that opportunity, because we're not thinking we're better than anybody. We're actually looking at you saying, man, I remember I was out there. I remember I'm doing this or that. I have a master's degree. I've worked out there. I've been out there. So I'm always trying to accomplish something or do something more than being a stay-at-home mom. But for now, this is where I needed to be. Now my daughter's graduating. I'll be back out there. Now you got to look out for your positions, because here I come.
I'm gonna let Jen cook real quick before she got to get off. Delvar said, men are judged for not being able to do what your husband done, and women are for doing what you have did. And so, like, men not being in position to be able to have that woman be a stay-at-home mom, right? Every man don't make that type of money, or the two of, and it's kind of it's a conversation, right? At some point, of what type of lifestyle we want, right? So sometimes, even if a guy is making, $150,000 a year, $200,000 a year, well, we gonna want this house, this condo, we want this, yacht. Yeah. So she may still need to go and work. So those two people have to come to some kind of compromise of what lifestyle they would want in order to fall up under that opportunity for them to be able to do that. What's your thoughts on that, Jen?
Whew, it's a lot to unpack, but at the end of the day, I'm just like, when it comes to being a stay-at-home mom, that's a lot. I mean, that's a job. That's a job. It's a lot.
24 hours. It never ends.
Yeah, that's a job. It never ends. We're talking about something that we don't get a break from. You know what I'm saying? Our breaks are sometimes going to the grocery store. And even then, it depends on the ages of your children. You have to take them along with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you don't get to say, I need a break. Sick days. What are sick days? We don't get sick days.
Right?
That's the truth. That's the truth.
What is a sick day?
Only husbands have sick days.
That's it. You
don't get sick days either.
Look, no,
when y'all get a cough, y'all be like, oh my God.
They turn into whole babies. Look.
Well, most guys, they still work when they sick, right? Like we're talking about the manly men, right? Like most guys, they never really take off work.
But we make you. I mean, sometimes I'm sure that your girl told you, hey, this is serious, stay home or go to the doctor, right?
Men don't like,
because we care about you. They do not like to go to the doctor.
They're not going to no doctor. They're not going to no doctor. They got
don't
to be
like that, Jen.
They got to be literally about to leave here.
The toe is hanging off. Talking about it, the hand is like that.
Girl, look, they just turned the chicken wing arms. Got the arms.
It's just a little scratch.
They still ain't. They not going to no doctor.
That's how y'all gonna do it before we get off. That's how we do it.
I have to make the appointment. I have to make the appointment.
We are literally their doctors at the end of the day. We're not just stay-at-home mothers. We're the doctors for y'all too. Like we're what the song say? I'm every woman. We're every woman at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to be accessible not only to the kids, but for you guys too. You know what I'm saying? We don't get breaks. But I mean, it comes with the job, it comes with the territory, and we have to endure what we have to endure for our family. A real stay-at-home mother is not gonna gripe. She's not gonna talk about what she's been doing all day long. She's not gonna go to bed and bring whatever happened throughout the day and just drag her husband down the dirt with it, because that's something that she's used to doing. She's a real stay-at-home mother. You know what I'm saying? That comes with the territory. But it's okay to vent every now and then, but you're not taking that to the bedroom with your husband when he come home from a long day of work and he done worked hard, blood, sweat, and tears at the end of the day, because that's what the role of a real stay-at-home mother is. And that's to take care and to carry the household. You know what I'm saying? That's our job. That's something that comes with the territory.
And then guess what? You got to take him to that room when he does come home, when you close the door. So
but had that got 3,000.
Right. That part. Like, we forget about that part. You still need to represent.
Yeah.
Right.
Throw it back.
Be that woman.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Of course. That's why I said we are every woman. And we get that at the end of the day. Like, having that job is a lot of women don't understand how hard it is, or a lot of men don't understand how hard it is. You just sit at home and kick your feet up and think we kicking it and chilling all day. It's not that. It's definitely not that.
Yeah.
You did make a good point though, because most women do have to be the doctor. Like, whatever y'all feeding us and stuff, like all of those things, you know, and the responsibility, we got to go back to that too. You know, while we got high cholesterol and diabetes and stuff, we got to hold that responsibility of what we are feeding the family. You know what I mean? Like how you got the plant-based hat on, right? You know, and Jen be over there doing juices and stuff. Like, she be making us all these ginger shots and all that type of stuff. Like, the woman is literally the first doctor in the house. Like, whatever we're putting in our bodies determine the outcome for a longer life and successful life. And we have to be, you know, tame sometimes. She be taming my plate sometimes, because I be wanting a bunch of tacos and stuff. So she be having to, you know, tell me, nah, you only getting 4. And so, you know, I want 12. But, you know,
that's a lot of tacos.
That's too many tacos.
That's way too many tacos.
I'm feeling judged. I thought I was in a safe space, and now I'm feeling judged.
This is safe, but we even gonna agree that's too many tacos.
That's way too many tacos.
But yeah, man.
This was
this
good.
Has been a good show. This has been a good show.
Somebody learned something today.
Yeah, well, this has been a good show. I learned some stuff today too.
I did too.
Of course, I know I did. I definitely did.
I did.
These conversations be good, man.
Yeah,
I love it.
Oh, gee, next time you see me in public, come over and say hello.
Was he asking you if you spoke in public, or was he saying he seen you in public and you didn't speak?
I don't know.
No, he never. I don't think he ever answered that question.
He didn't. Yeah, he didn't answer it.
I don't think he ever answered that question.
I speak to people that I know. I speak to everybody. I try to speak to people. Remember, I'm pretty shy, so you all have to remember that. You see the show me, but Jen knows I'm kind of reserved and laid back.
Yeah, she is.
So
yeah,
I may not speak, but I'm happy to see everybody.
Yeah. I'm glad. Listen, make sure y'all check us out. Go ahead and tell the people how they can get in touch with y'all.
T Franklin, you can email me at t.franklin@yahoo.com. This has been wonderful. Thank you for tonight.
Persevering. Jen.
She's freezing.
Freezing up again, Jen. Jesus. You're freezing, Jen. You go better hit up, Jen. Persevering with purpose. That's how you gonna get out.
Yeah, persevering, Jen, persevering. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm downstairs, so my internet is kind of slow down here. So I'm sorry. I'm over here.
She was like, "This is Jen."
Y'all got me pop locking and dropping it and stuff. Like, I'm sorry, y'all.
Y'all tune in to the Game Changer Show. Make sure y'all hit all of the channels: Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Yeah, if y'all want to be on the show, we got some more folks that's gonna be coming on I think Sunday and next week and joining the conversation. If you guys want to be a part, make sure y'all hit my inbox, PJ Game Changer on Instagram, and of course Patrick Jackson Jr. on Facebook. We would love for you guys to come on and chop it up with us and have a great conversation, because it's very important that you be a part of what we're talking about. And also, free tickets to the comedy show going down June 13th. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure y'all come out to Cal State this Saturday. Black grad that is happening. Your boy, keynote speaker, bring us some fire. Love y'all. We out.
Congrats.
Thank you.